Hello.
Hello.
Here we are. So hello, Kinado. Good
The
to
aircraft
see you.
is also here to say
And
hi.
Dio. Yes.
Hello.
The low flying dragons are once again right on cue.
They roar so loud and so
yeah.
greedily.
Yeah. Is everything still working? We're gonna find out.
I'm not.
Yeah, no, neither of us is really working.
Oh look, it's charged to 12% now. That's
yay!
that's
a whole
progress.
1%.
That is progress. I like that.
Oh, shoot! I forgot to run the ad.
Oh well.
Well,
enjoy.
Actually, if I do a hard one.
Right this very second. Okay, while we get this set up.
Yeah, we're gonna quickly run an ad. Be right back. Sorry, I forgot.
Yeah. That's cool. That's cool. Stinky. But now it's like, yeah, okay, there you go.
Yeah, we got there. We got there in the end. Is everything working? Let's see. Is this working? I'm gonna check if it's working. Yeah, do not perceive the battery level. I may have left it uncharged for 2 weeks.
Yeah, like you didn't realize that you hadn't actually used your Switch since the last time we streamed.
So.
Until you realized that the cable and everything was still over here in the
the entire Switch setup was still in the other room. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
So just be glad it's not like lower than that. Hold on,
I'm sorry for drawing everybody's attention to it.
Yeah.
I have honey tea, so I will also be sipping on occasion because for some reason my throat is like so.
Yeah, I'm blaming the mold. It's not the delicious mold.
Can we not just
from our own house?
Our house. You saying that we have a moldy house? I was about to say, please don't out my mother as having a moldy house, but no. And then
it's just a boomer tradition at this point in the UK, isn't it?
Yeah, it seems that way.
Sour boomers just grow mold on their walls. All she needs to do is air her house. She
never opens windows.
It's not even damp mold. No, it's worse.
It's just the kind of mold you get on the walls when you just don't open any windows and you just breathe a lot.
Ugh.
Yeah. Tradition in the UK? Yeah, no, I know, right?
Okay, so ads should be gone now. Yes. I don't remember what the fuck. We were about to start a new case, right?
We were!
Oh, yeah! So, I also learned that the Miles Edwards game get, released next. Oh, sorry, cut you.
It's coming! Sholmes's cry pierced through the thick wall of fog around us. Wisps of vapor flowed over the pistol as I cocked it, and I waited, breathlessly, in the stillness. The silence lasted for what seemed an eternity, until, at last, it appeared. From the shadows of the cloud, an enormous beast sprang out upon us. A hound it was, but not such a hound as any mortal has ever seen. Its eyes glowed with a smoldering glare. The whole of its ox-sized body was outlined in white-hot flames. Its rumbling pant and hideous howl, so terrified was I that I began to tremble with fear. Look well, Wilson, Sholmes declared, gazing upon the mystical beast. For this is the diabolical hound of the Baskervilles.
Well. But yeah, we did just get shoved into Sholmes' attic.
We did.
And he took his hat off, and I'm still slightly distressed by his his hair.
But we realised that it probably is supposed to look like puffs of smoke from a pipe.
Yeah.
I think. Oh yeah, that's the other thing we realised.
I didn't realise this is the first game, and that there are 2 games in these Chronicles.
Yeah, I guess that's why it's called Chronicles. There were two games.
So yeah, there's an entire other game that we'll be playing after this. So
please look forward to it. Yeah.
Please look forward to Pocket killing her voice.
Yeah, I'll be fine.
No.
I'm a brave soldier. Yeah, they had to rename him because of copyright reasons, but just outright put in one of the stories. Yeah, because I think the name was still in copyright, but the stories...
Yeah, and it was only in copyright in the States.
Yes.
It was out of copyright everywhere else, but in the US it was still in copyright for some ungodly reason. So they were like,
Yeah, so there's a
It's
and I think like little excerpts of the story, like quotes and stuff, are different too. They have different rules and stuff, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Depending on, like, there's a certain amount of fair use, but not.
Yeah, it was really peculiar.
Also, going right back to that, our traditions include queuing and watching Mr. Blobby. That made me laugh.
I've never actually seen Mr. Blobby like traditionally. I've only seen like current Mr. Blobbies.
I'm sorry that I've never seen Mr. Blobby traditionally. It's like my new favourite thing.
I've only seen modern adaptations of Mr. Blobby. Which quite frankly are still horrifying.
Yeah, when I was a kid we used to watch Noel's House Party.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why YouTube Studio is making my eye look weird, but it's not picking up my right eye.
Do you need to go?
No, it's fine. I just if that makes me look like I've got a really weird lazy eye going on there.
It's okay. You're just doing the gecko blink, the blink.
Yeah. Yeah. Shame my tongue can't reach up that, because clearly the eyeball just needs a lick. The early stories were out of copyright, but Holmes himself, the later stories were under copyright. Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Holmes with Emotions is under copyright. Yeah, how about that would which ran out this year, which I could believe. Yes, that does. Yeah, so that would be Baskervilles itself. Hound of the was out of copyright, which is that makes sense. That's I think probably you. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Our first 2 months in London passed by in a flash. In that disconcerting courtroom experience we were first thrown into in the day we arrived in the country, and in Soseki-san's terrible ordeal that had followed closely behind, we had emerged victorious. However, there then came an abrupt end to our opportunities to appear in court. Which was hardly surprising, of course, since I was nothing more than an amateur, an unknown student of law from a faraway land. So life in our little office was very quiet. That is, until it was shattered one day by that fateful telegram. Oh, look, it's on my birthday!
Yay!
Woo! Shattering telegram on my birthday day!
Hot bus summer?
Hot bus, oh yeah. Hot bus summer.
Hit it,
oh my god. Here we go. So I didn't check if hold on.
What didn't you? Oh yeah. No, his items are still here. Did you
why
did you lock them?
Hold on.
No, it's not locked.
No, it's just wouldn't let me. Oh no, it's making me edit it. There we go.
It's because you just moved the whole group.
Yeah, I did just move the whole group. Either way, my nose. There we go. So
okay.
Yeah, I can.
Is there a reason?
What?
If you're gonna put clown nose on me, you should at least do it properly.
Okay. There you go.
Thank you.
Anyway. Alright, okay, well, good to know this still works. Did you put a clown hat? There you go. Now you can join Van Zieks. I don't know if we'll still see Van Zieks. I bet we will.
I think it would be.
Anyway, let me take this away.
Thanks very much.
Okay. So anyway, now the Hodo Esquire, right?
Yeah.
Knock.
Actually, I'm surprised I didn't set the dog off.
Yeah, that was a dangerous game.
It was.
That morning, I was woken by the unreserved knocking on the door by the telegram boy. But after he'd gone, Susato-san's behavior became very obviously strange. Susato-san?
Yes? Is it time to leave for court already? Let me see. What case is it today?
I don't think I'm scheduled to defend anyone at the moment. Am I?
Oh, no, of course not. How silly of me.
But I think Iris said she would make us breakfast this morning. Sorry. So shall we go down to Mr. Sholmes' suite?
Yes. Iris makes the most delicious breakfast food.
Well, we haven't died yet. I guess we got that going for us. He hasn't poisoned us.
Yeah. Which is impressive for her. What is she? 8, 9, 7.
She does, doesn't she?
And once our bellies are full, we can leave for court in fighting fit form. Let me see. What case is it today?
Oh, I think the opiates are kicking in there.
Yeah, you have a good point. Yeah. Here we go again.
That was normal.
That was just very normal. Let's check out our room.
If I'm in the way.
Let's see if anything. Oh wait, we have something behind your
stuff
back.
behind my back. Ah, that thing that looked like an iPad.
This must be the telegram. Let's see.
Ah!
Oh, sorry.
No, you mustn't look at that. Not under any circumstances.
Okay,
Oh,
what
I
surprise
see.
party is getting planned here? Alright, I won't!
Wow. You're a trusting fool. You think surprise party, I think illicit.
Do you listen to...
You know, telegram's
Opioids?
encrypted, right?
I'm sorry, Naruhodo-san, but you can be very mischievous at times.
Then put the telegram away if you don't want people to look at it.
You think, a murder.
A moida!
Yes, it's true. But yeah, you'll let me, am I in, okay, I'll scooch over.
You're okay.
Oop, too much. Too much scooch. There we go.
What's this?
Okay,
What's
right?
this? Pipe?
Is it a teapot?
Oh, teapot, yeah. So this is the tea set that Susato-san brought with her from Japan. Let's hope she hasn't noticed me slipping sugar and milk into my cup when she makes it. It's just so bitter!
Tea is a drink to be enjoyed, Naruhodo-san. You really don't have to force yourself to drink it, you know. I don't like to see you screw up your face so.
If anyone has suggestions for songs that earworm would be appreciated if you have had dancing mad in your head all day.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's pretty bad.
To be fair, I woke up several nights in a row with the theme from the Sky Deep Cenote in my head.
That one has been in my head for like ages at some point as well.
Around and around and around.
Oh, that one is rough, man.
Yeah.
But I like it.
Like,
but
it's
also,
a great track. Love that track. Love Cenotes.
Yeah, my problem is like I had the Arcadian, like the fourth boss fight. I had that one stuck in my head, and I really enjoy the just music version remix of the entrance to the Arcadian that basically plays that track. But yeah, I had that going in my head for like a week. So now I don't like the song that much anymore. I can't think of anything earwormy because it's more your thing. Then,
Yeah, I have my own earworms, just usually.
Oh, Titan's backside every time someone said forgot. Yeah, I've got all my summon stats on tiny because I was trying to do a savage raiding with a summoner and Bahamut's thick fucking ass was getting in my way.
Bahamut does have a thick butt. I can see why.
It's mostly booby, really, isn't it? But
you told me you were into that.
lizard boobies?
Bahamut Baba.
Yes. Anyway, it's spring at last and the weather is warmer now. But I love the smell of the fire and the steam rising from the kettle.
Oh, would you like some tea, Naruhodo-san?
Yeah, large summons make you feel stronger. I agree.
I agree.
But have you ever tried to do content with two summoners both summoning Phoenix at the same time in an extreme trial? Because I can't see jack when that happens. It's like, oh, it's the burst window. Cool, can't
They
see
need
anything.
to have a boss fight where you just face off against a guy called Jack and he has a smokescreen ability. So everyone's like, oh no, I can't see Jack. That would have been...
Thank you, Susato-san, but I'm alright for now. With the green tea Susato-san makes me from time to time and Iris's unique herbal infusions. This place is paradise for a true tea lover.
I really appreciate it here.
You've done Diamond Weapon with only summons. You know what? Yeah, that does
sound horrible.
Green tea is such a wonderful accompaniment to British tea cakes. Don't you think, British tea cakes?
British tea cakes, woman!
Which region are we getting the tea cakes from? Because if they're like the tea cakes that are a little bit like slightly dry hot cross buns, we're okay. But if they're the tea cakes that come wrapped in foil and pretend to be a decent chocolate,
I remember looking at those and thinking they were amazing, and you were like, "These will betray you." I was like, "No."
They look like the unfortunately named Dutch and Danish treat that consists of that foamy, sugary sponge sugar stuff inside a chocolate shell with a biscuit wafer base. But they are not that. And I, as a Scandinavian-raised person, know that.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, but you laughs in Welsh tea cakes. Yeah, see?
You see, Welsh tea cakes,
they're more acceptable.
Those are good. I like those.
I guess British tea cakes kind of allegedly encompasses all tea cake. Brackets, choose your fighter.
Yeah. Green tea is... Oh, sorry, that's yours.
I just read that. A tea cake's just a bread roll. Yeah. See, that's what I mean. I'd rather have a bread roll than those miserable chocolate bastards. My mum got hooked on the dark chocolate version of those. I'm like...
That's even worse!
It's an even greater crime. She was like, they're so delicious. Do you want some? I'm like, no. No, I don't. No. Is it really British if we steal it, or does culinary theft make it British? The British Museum would like a word about what constitutes being British, and I think that the word is theft. Yes. If we pinch it, we owns it. In it.
Right, well, I've investigated thoroughly, but I can't find anything out of place. Well, this is the bit I was trying to investigate, bastard. Ah, the Daruma doll I brought with me from home. Still with only one eye coloured in. I said I'd colour the other one once I won my first court case here in Britain, but...
But you have one, haven't you? Twice, in fact.
Because I feel as though I'm still lacking as a lawyer. Yeah, I tell you what, why don't you colour the other eye in once you think I'm a proper fully fledged lawyer?
If you insist.
I actually don't know an awful lot about these things.
No, me neither.
Do you is it like, I guess you colour them in yourself? I never realised.
I guess. I genuinely don't know that much about them either. Other than they're supposed to be lucky, I thought. Or bring protection or something.
We've only been here in London for about 2 months, but my desk is starting to look a little messy already.
It took you 2 months, amateur.
Yeah,
you could tidy up once in a while.
Dude, that's like a stack that's like a couple of days at best.
Yeah, right.
God. Especially live in Britain now, you must have so much paperwork.
True.
Susato-san, I always say, making a mess is a small sacrifice to pay for being able to further your studies. And time spent tidying up is time you can't devote to the same cause. You see, I'm busy working, so I can't tidy up. That's my excuse.
And time spent on ridiculous arguments is time that could be better spent on some simple housework.
She wins, but I'm supposed to be the lawyer here. Alright. Wait. Okay, hold on. Do I need to press that, or is it which button is it? No, am I doing? Do I keep pressing the wrong button?
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to activate. See the looker. Oh wait, I have to use this button. You know, look around some more. So
I'm not in your way, am I?
No, you're not actually.
Good.
There's mushrooms or garlic?
Garlic. Onions, actually.
Onions. That's it. Yeah, I think they're kind of round. What's that?
Fish tank.
What's that? We were rather lucky to find an old aquarium left behind here. The prawns we put in there are doing rather well, and the anemones, what do we call it? Anemones. What's the English?
Anyamwanya.
Thank you so much.
They're anemones.
Thank you. It's a wonderful invention, isn't it? That's your line. I'm sorry.
Wow.
It's a wonderful invention, isn't it? The sea, behind glass, inside your room. Another example of Great Britain's greatness.
Having to clean it out and change the water isn't so great though, is it? Yeah, I agree. That's
It's true. That's the biggest problem with IKEA.
Oh, door. Let's check out the door. So, do you know, I've never seen inside your room there. Says Arthur-san. Oh, sorry.
It's very rude of you.
I've never even peeked inside
a lady's chambers.
I should think so too.
Yeah.
A young maiden's private chamber is a place of bittersweet secrets, you know.
Whatever you say, young maiden. Well, okay. What?
Doubting my V card now, are we?
Wow.
Wow.
Rinosuke, shut up, sir.
Wow.
She's a young lady. Good one. Wow.
Wow. Stop it.
Oh, sure, make it quiet.
No, I was talking to myself. Don't worry. Because I can just make wow noises all day. I'm just gonna hush up and drink my tea.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna talk to you in a second, so you better get on with that. Okay, so we can already go to the suite. I still want to chat some more about the telegram, actually, yeah. So, what was it about? The telegram that was delivered this morning, I mean.
Oh, a telegram? I don't know what you're talking about.
Bro, you literally just felt like, oh no, look at that, no.
Gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss.
Yeah, she's definitely, sorry, but you're not going to get away with that.
Well, I didn't think I would. Actually, don't give it a moment's thought. It's nothing interesting. Boring, in fact. It was just a boring old telegram.
That's 3 times now that she's tried and failed to convince me it was nothing.
I promise that I'll tell you about it at some point.
Alright, I understand. I suppose Suzaki-san will have arrived back in Japan by now, won't he?
Yes, I should think so. He left immediately after that terrible ordeal. Which would mean he should have completed the voyage already, or be just a few days away.
I'm glad I'm not so worried about him.
Yeah? Is it because you saw him on the cover of the second game?
I saw him on the cover of the second game. It's like, oh my god! But Lord knows what will happen to him though, because the Reaper will still come for him.
That might just be his memory.
Yeah, it is the memoir, I think, the case.
Looming over us. So there you go.
Yeah, on the second cover he is holding a cat.
That's true.
So I can't wait to find out what all that is about. Anyway, a fortnight ago we had that very long telegram from him, do you remember? Complaining of seasickness. But by and large, it seems the voyage has been going well.
Is something wrong, Naruhodo-san?
I was just wondering what might have become of Suzaki-san had he stayed in London, that's all.
You mean as regards Lord Van Seeks, the Reaper?
Yes. I can't help wondering if seasickness would have paled into insignificance. Sorry. I can't help wondering if seasickness would have paled into insignificance in that case. Thank you, I can do words. The Reaper! Talk about the Reaper. What is it they say? That no one who stands in the dock can be saved from the Reaper, right? Don't feed the Reaper.
Hot bus summer.
Hot bus summer 2024. Oh, like the way that nightmarish trial ended on the very day we arrived in London. Here you go, bus summer. Can't hide it.
Even 2 months on. Sorry. Even 2 months on, the cause of that dreadful fire is still a mystery. I think it could be the fireworks still.
Yeah, I know, right?
Like, the courtroom fireworks, maybe.
Yeah, like legit.
Just a hunch.
Yeah, but at least Suzaki-san is safely out of the country now. Presumably that means nothing. It means nothing.
That the curse of the Reaper can only take effect within the confines of the city of London. Perhaps I've never heard anything so ridiculous in my life, Suzaki-san. What?
Even if that's the case, it's little comfort. I have a terrible sense of foreboding.
That'll be breakfast.
If the legend of the Reaper is to be believed, it would mean he wields the sword of justice himself.
Come to think of it, I wonder what he's been up to these past 2 months. Surely not wielding that sword against more acquitted defendants. Well,
No, I don't think so. Apparently, Lord Van Zieks hasn't appeared in court once since our last encounter.
oh,
I think he just has the hots for you.
yeah, I know. I was like,
Yes, since Soseki-san's trial, he's withdrawn from judicial service again, it seems.
really? Oh, but really? Just like before, when he wasn't seen in court at all for several years. Yeah, he needs his Busley.
Yeah.
It's like, no.
He's
I
back.
gotta-
He's thrown his allotted share of wine bottles for this period of time,
Yeah,
and
so-
then now he's hibernating.
Mhm.
Yeah, you reckon blackmail? I think I don't know.
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
that. It could well be.
Yeah.
Can't
Yeah.
murder a guy on a boat without a holiday. Yeah. Yeah. Look, setting omnibuses on fire takes it out of a guy, you know?
So it's been me who's had to face him in the recent spate of trials then. Ugh, just my luck. Yeah, well.
I wonder if luck doesn't come into it.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I don't trust
Yeah.
Clock Guy. Sussy
Yeah.
of Clock Guy.
Yeah, no, genuinely, like, nobody can look like a Pokemon villain that much and still be unsus.
Yeah. Sorry, what was
He's
that?
sussy like a sausage. A sussy song.
Oh, nothing. Never mind.
Sorry, it's a good thing this is a game because art in the real life is expensive.
Mm.
You're right.
Mm.
Okay, well, we've just talked everything, so I guess we have to go face breakfast, which I hope.
It's breakfast time.
Let's go downstairs!
It's time for me to try and do the little Lolita girl voice.
That was my birthday breakfast.
It's true. This is I hope there's a cake.
Morning, Bruno. Morning, Susie.
Bruno.
Yeah.
Oh god! Oh
Good
no,
morning,
what is this
Iris.
god awful violin playing?
Shomes,
Oh.
probably.
Oh, it's so off key. Oh
Then
no!
it better be Shomes.
Okay, can you hear this chat? I'm just gonna make sure everybody can hear this. I'm turning it up. I'm not the only one going to suffer through this shit. This is the most beautiful background music we've ever had.
Soak that in. Yeah, Kraft wants to hear it too.
Yeah, Hope wasn't particularly good at this
I
violin.
thought he was supposed to be. I mean, but maybe Shomes wasn't. Isn't regular Holmes supposed to be decent at the violin? I don't remember anything about Shomes. I'm too busy reading it and like.
This is so horrible.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Either way, good morning, Iris.
Iris.
What is it, Bruno?
What is that terrible noise? Sounds like a cat being strangled.
Ah, yes. You noticed that, did you?
Yeah.
Hurley isn't in the best form this morning, it seems.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Shomes.
Good morning?
A good morning to die, perhaps.
Oh. Well,
Wow. Okay.
has something happened, Mr. Shomes? You look miserable, and the way you were playing the violin before?
My analytical mind is dead. Music is dead. The world is dead.
Ah, I see we're getting to the source material now.
Damn this blanched existence. His voice has changed again. That's because he's depressed. That's all it is, my dear fellow. Nothing of consequence.
I'm afraid I don't understand.
Well, Iris, isn't it time we ate? Some dry toast and insipid coffee for me, if it's not too much trouble. Life. Don't talk to me about life.
Cat!
Oh well, it's
Wait,
that cat.
That's the cat.
That cat.
Oh look! Mugga hi. Oh my god, I hope I pronounced it correctly. Anyway, cat.
Good morning, boy.
It's adorable.
Meow.
What? I need to ask, can calico cats be male and female?
I didn't think calico cats could be female.
I mean,
male.
tortoise can't
Either.
only be female.
But like, calico cat. If I Google calico cat,
how many furry hits are you gonna get? Stay tuned for Mistakes Back Pocket.
I don't like this.
I just
almost always female because their coat colouring. Okay, but that's the area overview.
so it's
I
just
know
rare
Wikipedia says calico cats. The genetic determination of coat colours in calico cats is linked to the X chromosome. Calicos are nearly always female, with one colour linked to the maternal X chromosome and a second colour linked to the paternal X chromosome. So, how rare are male calico cats? About 1 in 3,000.
Wow, this is a really rare cat we got on our hands here.
Yeah. Yay!
What?
We're learning with the kobolds. You haven't missed a lot. You haven't missed a lot.
No.
We haven't even had breakfast yet. Sholmes is
No.
miserable.
Yeah, so you've missed a horrible violin playing.
We learn.
Lucky
We do.
ducky.
We learn.
Oh, well, we didn't stream last week because...
oh, yeah, no, you were right. We didn't stream last week. Socket was miserable. Sick. Tired.
The dog was in discomfort.
The dog
kept me
the
awake.
dog hurt her leg. She seems alright right now.
Yeah. So yeah.
So we didn't stream last week because we didn't want to, like, we were basically cuddling with her.
Yeah.
And now you feel like shit because you might have caught COVID.
Oh no! Oh crap! Is this your first round of the horrible thing? Or if you like, doesn't matter. It's still horrible anyway.
Yeah.
Oh no! I hope you don't have it.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Yeah, we got it the first time last year.
After CryptoCon. Yeah.
Fucking.
Yeah. You gave it to me.
Yeah. Well,
I came back and I was fine, and then I caught it from you after like a week.
I was like quarantined in a different part of the house, and I still gave it to you.
Yeah.
I slept on the sofa.
You did.
In agony.
It was horrible. I was
like so lonely.
Like I offered to sleep on the sofa, and you were like, "No,
no,
it is my purgatory." I basically locked myself in our bedroom, avoiding you as well.
Yeah, it's horrible. I was so bored.
He was pretty,
But nah, you only got one in the family. Had it. I still got masks and got boosters. Oh my god, like in the UK, they stopped giving us boosters, so I had to roll out that fucking COVID.
Yeah.
After not having had a booster for like a year and a half.
Yep.
But yeah. No, I hope you don't have it because it absolutely sucks.
It's really hard.
It's for me as well. Like apparently I'm one of those people who goes. I'm normally a carrier and I don't tend to get sick.
Yeah.
When it comes to
you normally just make me sick.
Yeah, but because I've been on like so many courses of antibiotics, I think I got sick.
Yeah.
But I had it for like 2 weeks. Like I was still getting positive test results after 2 fucking
like really
weeks.
Heavy loads as well. Like
I put it on the tester and it just instantly showed up. It's like okay. Okay, that's some viral load there.
Yeah.
Anyway. Ma, I totally understand because, you know...
No, but it's just, all it takes is like a tiny, you could have done everything right and still got it, so...
Yeah.
You know, it's just one of those things, but I'm sorry that you finally lost the lottery. I mean, hopefully, maybe,
yeah.
Hopefully it just will pass quickly. Oh no, your doctor's on vacation, your parents are vulnerable. Oh. But, I mean, you can't beat yourself up for getting it. Because genuinely, like being outside and all that, you didn't.
Yeah. Yeah, for us at least it made sense why we got it as
Yeah,
well. Like, it was a massively busy convention. That was a risk we took.
Yeah. And I was fine.
Yeah, and I got it.
Yeah.
I tried so hard.
You did, we both did. But there's like, it's really difficult to mask when you're tabling a convention.
Yes.
And nobody else was masking anyway, which is no excuse.
Just to stop masking.
Yeah. They basically just, it's on other people to mask if they're vulnerable.
Yeah.
I just think if you're sick, you should mask.
Yeah,
I think that's just... Yeah, but then I've said that for years. I've said that for years, even before the whole pandemic.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, I don't understand why we don't have that thing over here where if you've got a cold even, you shove a mask on your face.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I remember one time there was, back when I was still doing crochet, so this is like 2017, I think. One of the women there had recently had like a chest infection, and she was really vulnerable. And like she was chronically ill, plus chest infection. She was really vulnerable, and I had flu.
Yeah.
And I didn't go to crochet. And there was this other woman there who she worked for the NHS, but I think in like data entry or something, you know. But she was just like, well, I've broken my wrist and I'm still here. Why can't she come with the flu? And like, because I'd said to my mum, you know, that it was basically because of Jo and her chronic chest issues, because I didn't want to risk giving her something. And Mum said that to her, and Jo was like, oh, that's so sweet of her to think of me. And you know, the other woman just sitting there going like, oh, well, I can still crochet with a broken wrist. And that's really not the point, is it? Your broken wrist is not contagious.
God, can you imagine? Snap.
Shit, I must have touched somebody with broken wristitis. But I just like the sheer ignorance. And I remembered that when, you know, the actual pandemic came around. Because, you know, yes, there's a difference between not wanting to give somebody the flu and not going because I feel too sicky, you know? It's not the same thing.
No.
Anyway, but yeah. Anyway, I'm sorry, Gannon Doodles.
I really hope you don't have it.
Yeah.
Alright, cat doors. There must be some sort of tiny doors for cats to use. But how did it get there? Well. Yeah.
Well then, everyone, time for breakfast.
I think Iris did it. Yes. On account she's an engineer person.
Yeah, seems that way.
Oh, wonderful. Let me help you, Iris.
What are you two plotting?
Oh, it would indeed be a fine day to die.
Kind of like I'm kind of into depressed Jones.
Yeah, like depressed Jones is certainly much more.
Should be saying that's so toxic.
Yeah.
I prefer you when you're depressed.
Yeah, well, you do have a certain kind of blowbone.
They're not usually
They're
depressed.
either murderous rage or depresso.
It's true. Both at once can happen.
It's true.
Because I'm pretty sure that Xenos actually qualifies for both at once.
That's a good point.
I knew something looked different. Oh God!
Oh my.
Something's missing from Mr. Sholmes' desk. Yeah, that crazy
like,
contraption.
Weird scientific study apparatus thing, right?
Yeah, but let's examine. I'm just gonna ignore Sholmes for a second here.
Best to
do
ignore.
not want to deal with that right now.
And we
there's
walk
a
away.
Wait, oh no! Wait,
even?
No, apparently I can't. I thought I could, but no.
You can check the desk though.
Yeah, there we go. Look at Mr. Sholmes' desk. It's completely clear. Isn't that enormous machine usually on it?
We can never hope to understand what goes on in the great detective's mind, Mr. Naruhodo.
No, we can't.
Why, next time we're invited, we may find he's vacated the entire suite.
Oh. That's scarily plausible, actually. Yes. Can we check the papers now?
No.
Oop, sorry.
Weehoo.
We've already investigated this.
No, I think the desk is like the entire chunk.
Yeah, what's this?
Ooh.
There's all sorts of there's all
There's all
Source
sorts.
on these shelves. Chemistry apparatus, books, papers, and lots of things I've never seen before. It's all heaped up so high, I can't help feeling that the whole lot is going to topple at any moment. We've had a discussion about this before, but yeah.
We? Oh, it's such a charmingly untidy collection of paraphernalia, isn't it?
It just looks messy to me, like my desk.
But you, Mr. Naruhodo, must learn to tidy up after yourself.
Okay, I don't know if we can do anything. Like, I'm glad we can maybe make a little bit of a difference because it just
hopefully we can be a little
sucks.
bit of a distraction. Because
And I'm kind of trying to. Oh my god, I can't do words. I can't do anything. Anyway, I'm hoping that it's not COVID.
Yeah.
No favoritism here, then. No. I just noticed. Look at the bullets.
Oh yeah.
Bullet holes. Ah, yes, the letters V and R inscribed on the wall in bullet holes. Isn't it the initials of the Queen or something?
It's so delightful to see it in the flesh. Having read about it in the stories, it was so inspiring. I fired 100 arrows into my own wall at home to make the character for Su of Susato, you know.
But perhaps there are some things the great detective does that you needn't to copy. Yeah.
We've all been there. The crazy fangirling.
Yeah, honestly, considering she's a teenager as well, I'm like, yeah, no, this is super normal.
Speaking of cringe Sherlock things, I at one point also had on my iPhone back in the day the I am Sherlocked.
Yeah, but that was so fun.
Like when you unlocked it, right back in the original days,
BBC
like when
days,
it first came out.
When it was still good, you mean?
When it was still actually good, because only the first season had come out, I think, at that point. Or was it second season? Wasn't it?
It had just been the first one at that point.
No, wasn't that episode even in the second season even? I don't remember. It doesn't matter.
I just remember you telling me that was a good series.
Yeah, well, because my mum was like, "This is a good series." I was like, "I don't know. It sounds pretty shitty." And she was like, no, you should watch it. And I was like, okay, no, actually, that was quite fun.
And then it became so cringe.
And then it became...
Oh, that was so bad, the writing later on.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I had the I am Sherlocked thing on my phone for a while.
On your
on my iPhone... What was it?
3?
Something like that? Yeah.
You had a really old one.
The very, very itty-bitties ones.
Alright.
We are neither opossum nor robotified. Yes, currently we are vintage cobbled.
We're just cobbled.
Yeah, we've undownloaded ourselves from the cloud.
Bin
for a while.
Bin is currently sleeping off a food coma and opossum's here.
Yeah.
The fire's burning comfortably in the grate again today.
Ah yes, COVID brain. You just close your entire browser in the attempt to switch tabs.
Ah yes, I've been there.
Yeah.
I don't even need COVID brain.
Like, I mean, you remember how stupid I was. Remember when we were streaming, when I had it, and like I was coming down with the fever?
Oh yeah.
And like I couldn't remember numbers or say words. And then I did the entire stream from bed just writing in chat.
Yeah, when I was doing 10-2.
You were doing 10-2 alone and I was just typing in chat.
Yeah, but you were just dying over there.
Oh, that was fun.
It's very different. Sorry, it's a very different feeling to a Japanese hibachi. Somehow, I don't know.
It's a kind of grill. Hibachi grill?
I think so.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it is.
Oh, look at that photographic print of a lady displayed on the mantelpiece. Could it be...
Okay, that sounds pornographic.
Wow.
It does!
It must be! It's the woman! Oh, how exciting!
Oh.
Speaking of being Sherlock.
The woman. Is that supposed to be something to me? Yeah.
You don't read Ranced magazine and it shows.
These are all
pronounced like mojitos.
I know what mementos are.
I know you know what mementos are.
But all I saw was memechis. Anyway, of Mr. Sholmes's past cases, I think. If he'd been involved in my case, I wonder if the beefsteak from Le Carnaval would have been on display here.
A mystery shoe, a curious hammer, some mysterious dancing men, a bust of Napoleon. We have read this before. Oh, what an entrancing collection!
It looks like an untidy assortment of junk to me, rather like what's on my own shelves.
Well, you really ought to learn to keep your things in order, Mr. Naruhodo.
Wow. No favoritism there at all. Yeah. What's there more on this way? Oh yeah. Oh, and check. Is this the new things on the board?
Yeah.
This is where Iris notes down her ideas, isn't it? Let's see. What does it say today? Ah, the Bosco. What? Boscombe Valley Mystery.
Oh, how intriguing! It must be the title of Iris's latest work. Oh my! I wonder what fantastic tale awaits us.
Susato-san looks like an angel, but I bet she's dreaming of the most unsavory crime you could imagine.
True crime consumers also.
Ah, yeah, just across the board. Timeless, timeless.
Timeless.
Come to think of it, I haven't seen Iris doing much writing recently, but there's paper already set up on the typewriter. Look, as if she's about to start.
That reminds me, when I mentioned that Iris was in the process of writing a full-fledged novel, Mr. Natsume was most impressed.
Ah, yes, Mr. Natsume.
That's what I'll be doing too, once I'm back in Japan, he said, through tightly clenched fists and teeth.
Ah, I can just see him do it in my mindset.
Same.
Is that a little collie?
Woof.
This is just all...
Did that even have a doohickey on it?
The collie? No.
Oh, it does have a tick.
Yeah, but
no,
I think
my
it's
bad.
part of the typewriter.
Yeah, I think you're right. I thought for a second there it didn't have a tick.
No, there's nothing on here. Oh,
He said...
Iris's beautiful tea set is there on the table as usual. A cup of her special herbal blends always helps me to relax when I'm feeling the strain.
Yeah, probably because they're made out of opium.
The English pastime of tea has many similarities with our own tea ceremony customs, don't you think? It's the idea of hospitality behind it. That's the essence of tea.
I think the shelf also had a...
Which shelf?
The one above
This?
the white one.
Ah,
yeah.
yes. That's a charming little white shelf, and full of charming little bottles too. Full of unsavory, charming things, I'm sure. But the contents of them aren't quite so charming, it seems, yeah.
Science is the future, Mr. Naruhodo. You can't deny it.
Ah.
I'm saving my money so that I can buy some chemistry apparatus as well.
Law, chemistry, takedown throws. What diverse skills you boast, Mrs. Atto. But yeah.
As useful as they are, I am not sure that my throwing skills are worthy of inclusion in that list.
Oh, are we not going to argue with her on that? Where the fuck is there a mallet up there?
What?
A mallet, look.
Why wouldn't there be a mallet?
I don't know. I think
The mallet is what's your sticking point?
I mean the shoe,
The trunk
chest
down
piece.
there has a a green thing without an arrow, right?
Wait,
the trunk
Oh
underneath
yes,
the tea
thank
set.
you. It looks like that huge metal chest is being used as a table for tea and coffee. It seems very sturdy, with an equally sturdy lock.
Mr. Naruhodo, you mustn't go around opening things. I always have to keep an eye on you, don't I? You're very mischievous.
Me? No.
She's used that twice.
Yeah. How did you come to that conclusion? Yeah. There's nothing here. I guess we can talk to... If I can't find anything, let me see. I think I got everything, but I'm
Must
not
I do the voice again?
sure. Must you do? Yes.
I must.
Just soon.
Mr. Natsun, eh?
I should talk to Irish.
Irish.
Iris! I do this. Okay,
Magnus
let's talk about
McGilded is dead. We can't talk to Irish.
He's the only Irish in this game.
Yeah.
Ah, Mr. Natsume's cat seems to have settled into his new home then.
Oh, yes, and I've become very attached to little Waggy.
It would appear his previous owner is completely forgotten to him. Cats are unfeeling creatures, their mews as empty as the hearts of the muses.
Oh! Cat!
If Mr. Natsume had no intention of taking Waggy back to Japan, I wonder why he kept him in the first place.
I expect he would have taken him if he could, but pets are strictly forbidden aboard steamships in our experience.
And for good reason. Terrible things can happen if the rules of passage are not obeyed. Well, I don't mind, because Waggy is adorable. No.
Yes, he really is. Oh, yes. What about the door? I don't remember seeing that tiny thing in the main door before. Where did that come from?
Oh, you noticed? You are observant, Bruno. Look, I used this. It's my latest invention.
I feel this is somehow going to come back later.
This terrifies me. Is it for just cutting square holes in things?
I don't know how it works. I'm just intimidated by it too.
Mm-hmm.
What is that?
Probably originally used for making toast or something.
I call it the cat flapper mat.
Okay, just a little bit of lopperating there.
I think she might sound like that if she gets excited, if I'm perfectly honest.
Gosh, a machine for making doors just for cats. That's right, it can make a cat flap for a little furry friend like Waggy in seconds.
In seconds, huh?
Seconds.
I don't trust that thing.
This is
I don't want it
horrifying.
anywhere near my personage.
And it can do it in any door at all, no matter what it's made of. It's very powerful, you see.
Wait, I figured that
Well, this is going to be a good tool for breaking into banks. Minutes are a lot of seconds.
Let's get out the safe and just plop it on there.
Mm-hmm.
And go like, oh, my cat needed a little door to go into like
My
Yeah.
My cat needs to bank things.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's discriminatory not to let cats use banks.
Yeah, it's true.
Obviously.
Oh my god, you're so right. Wouldn't it have been quicker just to make the cat flap rather than making a machine to make the cat flap?
Well, yes, maybe, but now I can make cat flaps anywhere I like.
This is not okay.
Oh, I think it's wonderful. It's wonderful.
I also thought
wonderful.
It's a wonderful thing is what I thought she was
I
going
was
to
going
say.
to say, I thought she was going to go on to the invention.
Yeah.
You must make one for us in the door of our office upstairs, Iris.
You really want the cat in your office?
Yes.
It's going to piss on your paperwork.
I'll piss on your paperwork.
She really knows how to come up with unconventional inventions, this girl. Oh, that's all we can talk about? Oh god, does that mean we need to... Where is he? Where's Sean's gone? I've lost him.
Oh, okay.
Sorry! Conversation topics!
Wanting to die.
Missing machine. Okay, it's important to talk to your bros about this. You seem to be very unhappy this morning, Mr. Sholmes. What happened?
It used to be the case that in my hands, this violin sung like the dawn chorus. Its melosonant tones would make flowers bloom. Melosonant?
It would?
But now, the muses are unamused with me. The goddesses of music have thrown me over.
You dramatic bitch.
Whatever do you mean, Mr. Sholmes?
For hours I have bowed, for days even. Through the night I've endeavoured to no avail.
He's off his drugs, isn't he?
Yes. That sound, my tone, is lost.
Okay, who wants to go out for a quick drug run for shops?
That brilliant, clear, unwavering tone, gone forever. No more recitals of unbridled emotion.
Well, you haven't been practicing much lately, have you, Hurley?
Fucking vicious.
Wow.
Don't worry, I'm sure it will come back to you in time.
Heed my words, Mr. Naruhodo. The goddesses of the arts are fickle. One day they bestow genius on a man. The next, they unmercifully withdraw it.
Oh, dear.
Oh, why is this happening to me? If they take the turn I have for the violin from me, what is left? For pity's sake, what is left?
To be fair, this is me every single time I get like an art block.
Yeah, you pick up your pen, draw a line and it goes wonky and you're like, ugh!
Yeah, it's like I'm done for. I can never. This is me. I might as well just perish.
Yeah. This is pretty much like every single artist who's ever suffered from art block ever. Death, she beckons!
Deduction perhaps? Isn't that what you're known for? The missing machine.
Mr. Sholmes, I don't like to pry, but...
You cannot confirm or deny that you've been a little melodramatic about art.
Yeah.
It's a mood.
Yeah.
Though.
Your desk looks rather empty today.
Oh, well done, Mrs. Zato. Your observational skills do you credit.
Oh, no, Mr. Sholmes. They pale into insignificance when compared to yours.
You'd struggle not to notice, wouldn't you?
You mean Hurley's great analytoscope? That's at Windybanks now.
Sorry? It's a Windy Bank?
No, Windybanks, the pawnbrokery.
Wow.
Wowee!
Pawn? What?
You mean you've pawned that enormous machine of yours?
It has some considerable value, you see. Quite undeservingly.
But isn't it a very important machine for your work? I do wish you had consulted us if your situation had become so desperate. I should have gladly passed what little income I have to you.
Dear madam, things are far from desperate.
But the pawnbroker has your wonderful machine. How can it be anything but desperate?
Making use of a pawnbrokery is quite ordinary here in London, I assure you.
It is? It doesn't sound ordinary at all.
It would seem that neither of you fully understand how pawnbroking works.
Oh, what's to understand exactly? I'm sorry. The breaststrokes is quite a delight.
Yep.
What do you mean when you said we didn't fully understand how pawnbroking works?
To the people of London, pawnbrokeries are akin to banks.
Thanks.
On Mondays, merchants relinquish their finest jackets and trappings to their pawnbroker of choice. With the money they receive in return, they are able to trade happily through the week.
And then, on Saturdays, they go to recover their things using the money they've earned. I had no idea. This has been a fascinating lesson for us. Everyone does it, you see, especially people in inner London.
And should they have money to spare, they would purchase another fine jacket. Not to wear, obviously, but to pawn, should the need arise.
Oh, how ingenious. So whenever we have something that's getting in the way, we leave it at Windybanks, you see?
Ah.
A pawnbrokery can be thought of as an extremely secure vault.
Who would have thought that even pawnbrokers are different here in Great Britain?
Of course, you have to watch Hurley with it. Sometimes he pawns things he really shouldn't. Don't you, Hurley?
What? He's just coming for him today.
Mm-hmm. What does it matter? The world is dead to me now.
Can we maybe have breakfast? Why is the cat angry?
Oh, what was that?
Like a hi? Oh. What happened to the cat?
What was that?
Oh no! Wagahi's tangled up in your violin!
Oh no!
Oh no! I think he thinks it's a toy.
No! What's he doing to it?
Oh dear. Mr. Sholmes's precious violin.
Why should I care?
What?
I shouldn't be surprised. If the cat is a more accomplished musician than I now.
Mr. Sholmes really is in poor spirits, isn't he?
He's so relatable right now.
Mm-hmm. Well, anyway, I'll put it back where it lives, shall I, Hurley?
Out of the cat's reach, if possible. Maybe we should assess the damage. Okay, is the violin anywhere?
Oh, it's up there.
Oh, there we go. Let's have a look. So, this is the violin, is it?
It's a Stradivarius. One of the finest violins in the world, made by the renowned Italian luthier. Luthier?
I don't know.
Luthier? Is that how you pronounce it? I don't know. Violin maker Antonio Stradivari.
Oh, I see. It doesn't really look like anything special to me.
I happened upon it, covered in dust, languishing in a pawn shop down a nondescript back alley. The broker had no idea of its value, so I was able to purchase it for a mere 55 shillings.
How honourable of you.
Until today, it has been my faithful companion in every great Paganini-inspired performance I have made. I ask you, is there reason to live in a world devoid of music to tolerate this blanched existence? Blanched, but no! Excuse you? Excuse you? Remove that from my visage. There. To tolerate this blanched existence? No! There is none!
Needs like a bigger clown nose, there we go. Sorry. No, Susato does not need to.
Put that away.
Mr. Sholmes?
What, dear madam, what? My thoughts are preoccupied with fancies of release from this dull routine.
Well, it's about the violin. It looks very different to normal, don't you think?
What do you mean, Mrs. Otto?
Oh, Susie's right!
Oh.
Yes! The tone of the wood is completely different. And that's not all. I'm sure there was no crack here before.
Wait, it's not even the right size, is it?
What's this? Did somebody knick his violin?
I'm terribly sorry to have to tell you this, Mr. Sholmes, but that instrument isn't a violin at all.
Pardon?
Then what?
I believe it's an entirely different instrument called a viola.
She has a book of everything.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what this book is.
It's magical.
Yeah.
It's actually the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
I was just
What?
Oh, Mr. Sholmes, are you all right?
You're right. You are quite right. This isn't my faithful Stradivarius. How did he not notice that? So what, pray, is this piece of stringed flotsam?
He was so depressed he didn't notice that somebody nicked his violin.
Yeah.
That's pretty
I'm
severe.
So shocked that he actually just metamorphosed into Tanseeks for a hot minute there.
Yeah, like if my pen feels.
Pray, is this piece of stringed flotsam?
Yeah, but how do you not notice your favorite instrument being switched like with a completely different? To be fair, I was gonna say the same because if my pen even feels slightly off, I have a fit.
No, right?
Like,
yeah.
But Oh, he pawned... Yeah, oh.
He pawned his violin and brought the wrong one back. I think you might be right.
Oh my god. Not your faithful performing partner, then.
Ah, I see what must have happened.
You do, Iris?
This is just a simple mix-up.
It sounds like Iris might be able to tell us exactly what happened if we ask her.
Just as well we don't have these little things like called tags, where your item gets tagged and you bring the tag back and you can't get the item without the tag, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm sure accidents happen all the time, but...
Hold on, can I first talk to... No. I can't talk to Shums, fine. Let's talk to Iris. The mix-up! What did you mean by mix-up, Iris?
Well, you see, this viola, I mean, was at Windybanks until last week.
Yeah.
At the pawnbrokers?
Not Mr. Shroom's beloved musical partner!
There's a proverb from the East, with which you are no doubt familiar, my dear fellows. Always let a beloved child travel.
Yes, indeed.
So you sent your beloved violin to the pawnbrokers in the hope that it would experience personal growth.
Oh, what a wonderful idea.
Last week, I pawned my great analytoscope in order to release my precious instrument. That it would appear Mr. Windybank mistakenly furnished me with this tawdry fiddle instead.
Mistakenly.
But my ears cannot be deceived by the hollow timbre of this piece of timber.
No, but the every sense was deceived by the fact that it just had strings.
Sure, a fine state of affairs this is, and why I always say, Mr. Naruhodo, never trust a pawnbroker. They will try to fiddle you every time.
But earlier you told us that you could think of a pawnbrokery as an extremely secure vault.
Come, Mr. Naruhodo, dilly-dallying will get you nowhere.
Sorry?
Crunching your toast with that vacant aspect, fressing your coffee so obtusely. Are you not a little embarrassed by your own conduct, considering the urgency with which we are faced? You can always just go alone, you know, and get your violin back.
We must visit Mr. Windybank's brokery at once. That's right, isn't it, Mr. Sholmes?
Precisely, Miss Susato, without a moment's delay.
You think they're murdered?
Oh boy.
Are you gonna find a corpse?
Oh boy.
A moida.
Oh boy.
But I haven't finished my bacon and eggs!
My dear fellow, surely you do not still intend to crunch your bacon with an increasingly vacant aspect, to fress your egg even ever more obtusely?
I do, in fact.
Violin corpse.
Alright, say no more, let's go there.
Don't worry, Bruno, I'll be happy to heat it up for you again later.
Oh, thank you, Iris.
Reheated eggs and bacon.
It's fine, isn't it? I mean, I tend to eat it
Reheated
cold.
eggs?
I prefer it cold. What is your problem with reheated eggs?
I have a problem with eggs.
Yeah, I was gonna say, reheated eggs and you, they will not agree.
Also, because I keep imagining that these eggs are scrambled, which is already a problem for me. But cold scrambled eggs reheated is just... might as well be rubber.
Yeah, I can't stop thinking about violin corpse though. As it happens, I am rather curious to see what a British pawnbroker looks like. Oh god, is there more to converse with this? Nope.
Thankfully.
Well, I guess we're gonna go on. A new location has been added, so we have Baker Street and Windybank's pawnbroker. I don't want to go there. I was gonna go to Baker Street. Fuck that. You can't make me go where I have to be. Oh, this is the outside. So it's literally just... Oh. So this is closed. Sorry, I was distracted for a second trying to figure out if it was still or if the smoke was moving on that.
Oh, it's definitely moving.
Yeah, it
but
is.
Yeah.
I was like, is it moving? Yes, it is. Okay, let's see what we got here. Look at all the different things in the window of the shop.
Ah, that's Windybank's, the pawnbrokery.
It looks much small. Sorry, it looks much smaller than a pawnbroker's in Japan, doesn't it? Smorter, yes.
Yes, you're right. I find pawn shops at home rather inapproachable personally.
It's my small term I'm
Yeah.
moving up for you. It reminds me of It reminds me of tearfully parting with my favourite fountain pen. I felt so miserable.
What doesn't kill us makes us stronger, Mr. Naruhodo.
Dude, a good pen. That is That is a heartbreaking story.
Yeah, you've had to part with your. Yeah, no.
That's
You can never write again.
no.
Dismal.
That's just houses. I don't think there's anything I can check out. Oh wait, this is this.
it's just
this,
about to-
Baker Street, huh?
Ask if there was anything else.
It's already been 2 months since we started taking lodgings here above Mr. Shrum's office. I still can't quite believe it. I never expected things would turn out like this.
Oh, I know! To actually be sharing accommodation with the world's greatest detective. If I ever find myself before a court of law now, I will have not one regret.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I'd be happy to defend you, of course. I don't think there's anything we can check out here, so I will just...
Is there nothing to the other side?
Oh, good question. Hold on, examine. No, I can't go that way.
You can't? Okay.
No,
Then
like, do
let's
you
go.
see that blue thing behind your ear?
No. Oh, that blue thing.
Here you go.
I see him.
that?
Yeah,
That means
yeah,
I
I
can
see
look
it. The
around.
arrow. Yeah. I say that my head is in the way. But not sorry enough to move my head.
No. So, let's go.
Ba-da-ba-ba.
But where are my birthday gifts?
None.
Why is this all happening on my birthday? Also the day the Titanic sank.
Yes.
So this is a British pawnbrokery.
Oh my, there are all sorts of tools and contraptions in here that I've never laid eyes on before.
Ah, Suzette-san. And that spark of wonder in your eyes. You can't wait to scour the shelves, can you?
It's sad that there are like dolls over there. That's always sad.
Yeah, I get the impression you enjoy places like this.
Oh yes, I don't know why, but seeing such a lot of things I don't understand is a real thrill for me.
Well, that's fair.
My dear fellows, let us not forget why we are here.
Oh, Mr. Sholmes!
Oh my.
We are
Joining.
calling on matters of business, not pleasure.
And clearly Mr. Sholmes means business too, judging from the sparks of fury in his eyes.
Oh, Mr. Sholmes, sir, welcome back. Did you hear that brazen welcome?
Well, yes, we are potential customers after all.
We are disgruntled customers, Mr. Naruhodo, and it's time to inform Mr. Windybank of our ire. Come, the fight is afoot.
I can't examine first.
Definitely.
I hate that I sometimes
yeah,
twitch him and then it's like, yeah, I can't see anything here. That's definitely, there we go, it must be this.
What are you doing, my dear fellows? We are not here to browse for interesting curios. We have come to teach this broker a lesson. I guess that first time.
Oh, but there are just so many fascinating items.
It looks as though we'll have to talk to Mr. Windybank first before we can explore in here, Mrs. Otto. Well, a load of...
Load of Windybanks.
Let's talk about the violin then.
Naturally, you will recall this, which I retrieved from you some days ago. Yes. This second-rate fiddle is not my faithful instrument, Mr. Windybank. The colour of the wood is different. It had holes in it. Has holes in it. It's not even the same size.
A wonderful summary of our observations, Mr. Sholmes.
I'm so very sorry, sir. How utterly unforgivable of me. An inexcusable mistake for a pawnbroker. There is only one way to make amends.
What's he doing?
I shall have to take my own life.
I'd like to point out, very teary song is currently playing.
I don't think that will be necessary, do you? If I may just say one thing before I pop off. Yes? It was you, sir, Mr. Sholmes, who took it upon himself to remove the item the other day, I believe. Sorry? As I recall, I entered the storeroom to fetch your violin when I heard, "Ah, here it is!" You did? And when I turned to controvert you, you had taken the viola and left, sir. However, there can be no doubt that the blame lies firmly at my own door for allowing you to leave. So I shall not grumble or grouse any longer. May this guilt die with me! No, stop, my dear fellow! The fault is mine! Phew. It would appear that the fight is over. I do humbly apologise, Mr. Windybank. Evidently my questionable disposition precipitated this tragedy. Well, you wouldn't be Mr. Herlock Sholmes without that questionable disposition, now would you?
What?
I do believe you may be right, sir.
It's either laugh or cry, I suppose.
You are, it must be said, one of my more challenging customers. I needn't remind you of the peculiar collection of items you've brought through my door in the past. Oh, peculiar items? In the extreme, ma'am. For example, the unpublished manuscript of an eponymous work, the novels of Herlock Sholmes, or some such. Oh my, a new full-fledged novel? And unpublished? A story I have yet to read, you mean? Ah, forgive me! Wait, before you die, you must tell me more!
I'm not stressed at all about any of this.
Alright. I must know more. Tell me everything.
Wow, Suzanne is really fired up now.
Is there really an unpublished story under this very roof?
Well, one day the gentleman here brought in an old metal chest, you see. I should like to entrust this to your care for a while, Mr. Windybank. For a chest like that, 1 shilling, sir, not a farthing more. It houses something of very great value indeed. The latest manuscript recounting the adventures of one Mr. Herlock Sholmes. I beg your pardon, a manuscript? You wish to deposit a manuscript? Indeed I do. For I am confident it will be quite safe here. And that was that. As such, Mr. Sholmes' latest tale of otherworldly mystery lies dormant in my storeroom.
Mr. Sholmes, is that really true? Do I sense that someone doesn't want to talk about this?
I continue to pay your fee, do I not? Then kindly continue to store my belongings. Securely. Of course, sir, of course. They're safe and sound with me, I assure you, on my life. Yeah, I do kind of wish he'd put the gun down.
Yeah, it's
finger on the trigger and everything. It's not that fun, actually.
No, this is all very strange. Let's talk about pawnbrokery, I guess. Haha. I wonder, could I ask you something?
Ah, a gentleman from the east, I see. Yes, that sable suit. I suppose I could offer you 6 for it. Without wishing to offend, the tone is somewhat dull.
Sorry?
But for your splendid attire, ma'am, 5 guineas, no less. The colours are exquisite, the design exotic, Eastern artistry at its finest, may I say.
Oh my! 5 guineas, you say? How interesting.
Why do I feel as though I've suffered some sort of defeat here? Actually, I was hoping to ask you about your business. I've heard it is said that pawnbrokeries are used rather like banks here in London.
Yes, sir, indeed. Many of my customers utilise the establishment as you describe. I appraise their items and offer them a proportionate loan and 2 months of secure storage. If in that time they repay the original sum to me, plus the agreed interest, their items are happily returned. But what happens if they don't pay you the money? Then the items are offered for sale in my shop, as you can see on the shelves behind me. So you never sell items before the 2 months has passed then? That's right, ma'am, that's right, which means some considerable responsibility rests on my shoulders. Should a customer's precious belongings be lost, the only recompense is for me to end it all.
He has sold the violin, hasn't he?
Probably, yeah.
Because, yeah.
Yeah. The very idea, Mr. Windybank, is an absurdity. One should never talk of one's demise so casually.
Says the man who was telling us... Sorry. Says the man who was telling us all it was a good day to die only this morning.
And let us not forget that I have already helped you take measures to ensure such a tragedy never occurs.
Oh, what sort of measures?
I engineered a simple device, which Mr. Windybank has installed here in his shop. I call it the Red-Handed Recorder. Is that not so, Mr. Windybank?
What was that deep sigh about? Alright, let's tell us more about the Red-Handed Recorder then. What on earth is this Red-Handed Recorder?
Use your eyes, my dear fellow. There are 2 just below the ceiling.
Pardon?
I can see what appears to be a camera attached to some sort of timing device.
I see.
Very astute. It is indeed a camera, furnished with some 100 pieces of celluloid film. And every 30 minutes precisely, the camera automatically records the appearance of the shop. Here, I have an example I can show you. Ah yes, a print from the camera said to record the activity at the shop counter. I developed a special type of film so sensitive it produces a crystal clear image even in darkness.
Wow, these guys are magic.
Yeah. It's in colour too.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, really? That's extraordinary.
Yes, you can clean...
This is absolutely... Yes.
She's taken on Holmes's personality. Yes, you can clearly see the counter and the door behind it. Look. So you see, were someone to enter the premises with ill intent, his identity would be summarily exposed. But did you not say that the photographic prints were taken at 30-minute intervals? Indeed. As you say, my dear madam. Then what if the incident were to occur in between times? One could only say that would be a cruel twist of fate. I must confess, your devices have been giving me some cause for distress of late. Beg your pardon, Mr. Windybank, surely they are anything but distressing. Reassuring is the word. It's the cost of the film, sir.
Oh, yeah.
You most graciously place not 1, but 2 cameras in my shop after all. Which means I must pay for nigh 100 utterly useless prints every single day.
Christ. That's... Was it storing that?
Yeah, right? I'm afraid the cost of the film will break me before I'm very much older. Nevertheless, small price to pay to ensure the safety of my preferred pawnbrokery, no? My dear fellows, we verge on an age where safety and security come at a price. Oh, heaven help us.
It does feel really like a waste, if I'm honest.
It does. Now then, Mr. Sholmes, allow me to return your precious violin. Oh, well, so it's right here. Okay. Oh, the very thing. Thank you, Mr. Winterbank. Perhaps this might mark the end of the peculiar items you try to pop, eh? Because if anything were to happen to one of them, this would be the only answer.
I really think you ought to stop waving that gun around. Someone could get hurt.
Fear not.
Sorry.
I've only loaded a single bullet, so no one but myself could possibly be armed.
That's not how it works.
That's not how it works, but okay.
That's not really what I meant.
Good day to you then, Mr. Winterbank. It's been a pleasure as always, Mr. Sholmes. So, Mr. Naruhodo, now we can explore at last.
Let's check it out then.
Look at that enormous ledger open on the counter there.
Mr. Winterbank is, if nothing else, very particular about recording the items he accepts.
He'd have to be, otherwise he'd get himself into all sorts of trouble. Which might explain the thing that catches my eye far more than the ledger.
Yeah, it's the photograph of that dog in the back.
I know, right? I know, not this revolver, look at the doggy! Now let me go. Oh, Sholmes.
Do not entertain even a single thought of pilfering an article herein, my dear fellow. I assure you, Mr. Winterbank would not hesitate to draw that weapon with a speed belying his portly size.
Oh, you don't mean he'd...
Blow his brains out, indeed, in recompense for his blunder. Oh my. He's going to be a juror. He might well be.
But in any case, of course we would never do such a thing. How could you even suggest it?
Or you end up having to defend him.
Yeah, either defend him or, yeah.
Let me look at the dog! Wait, can I look at the dog? There seems to be a little door behind... Sorry, there seems to be a little door hidden behind that curtain there. Okay, I know, not the dog.
That leads to the storage room, where Mr. Winterbank keeps articles that are currently in pawn.
Ah, I see.
There's nothing of particular interest inside. I certainly wouldn't recommend any larcenous activity.
Recommended or not, it's not something I tend to do.
There is but one key, and Mr. Winterbank keeps it in his pocket at all times. Before he sleeps, he places it into a small pot, which he slides under his pillow.
How on earth do you know about that, Mr. Sholmes?
I'm a detective, sir. It is my business to know what others do not. I'm frequently assailed by information that I neither care for nor wish to retain.
Very normal.
Very.
Mr. Sholmes, you are a wonder.
And the prime suspect in this pawnbrokery is ever burgled. If ever burgled, thank you. He's not is ever.
If this
is
ever burgled.
We're not allowed to check any of these.
Yeah, there's the shelves. The shelves did the thingy. Sorry.
What an assortment of things there are on these shelves here. Crockery, footwear, clocks and watches, almost anything you care to imagine.
Those are forfeited items offered for sale by the pawnbroker.
Hamburgled. What does it mean? Sorry, what does that really mean though?
When you pawn, or colloquially pop, an item, the broker loans you money against its worth. He stores the item for an agreed period of time, after which the loan must be repaid. If not, he is free to display it in his shop for sale at a price of his choosing.
I'll let you feed your Tamagotchi.
Thank you very much.
Oh yes, now you've explained it. I'm noticing little price tags on everything.
Of course, simply by paying the agreed interest on the loan, one can extend the period of safekeeping. So you may pawn that black garb of yours without fear, my dear fellow.
My treasured university uniform? Never! It embodies my student spirit! Oh, there's more?
Now, what do you suppose this rather enormous machine does?
It seems to have 2 little windows for looking through.
Allow me to enlighten you, my dear fellows. What you are looking at is a stereoscope.
A stereoscope? Fascinating!
It is aptly named, I assure you. Look through the eyepieces and see for yourself.
Oh, I should be delighted to. Excuse me a moment while I just have a look.
This feels like a What the Butler Saw machine.
Yeah.
Just before you do, there is something I should point out. My dear fellows, in order to see the image properly, stereoscopically, as it were, you will need to be cross-eyed. However, if that is beyond you, it is of little consequence today.
All right then, I'm going to try it. Ah! Mr. Naruhodo, you must see at once.
There's a lady with her clothes up.
Oh, alright then. So I need to be cross-eyed. Like I'm trying to look at my own nose.
Isn't that one of the jurors?
Oh my god. Wasn't she like the cleaning lady?
I feel like she was the maid. But she probably just looks very
Yeah.
similar.
What the? I don't believe it. Ow, my neck.
Actually, that does look quite 3D if you go cross-eyed.
Yeah. It's just a photographic print, but it seems like you could reach out and touch it.
Yes, the sense of depth is startling, is it not? Stereoscopes are one of London's many fads. Was the high society lady not snootier looking?
I don't...
I don't remember. They are often found in little stalls at the park. People queue for hours to see them. Yeah, normally when the lady's got no clothes on.
Why? Why are people meddling with such black magic?
It is no magic, my dear madam. It is, well, far too complicated to explain at present. We shall save this lesson for another day. Always have to chase the newest fad. Yeah, I remember her. I just thought she looked different.
Oh.
I'll go look at our archive. Archive?
Oh, let's check the calendar. That's not a calendar you could easily miss, is it? 15th of April. Today's date. The 15th of April. Yeah.
Yes, that's not for sale, I must point out. It is an Eastern-style page-a-day calendar. Every night at midnight, I tear off the front page to reveal the following day's date. The perfect calendar for a tearaway fellow such as yourself, Mr. Winterbank.
And who was it who walked out here with the wrong violin before?
Well, when the agreed storage period is passed without repayment, articles are forfeited, you see. So I have to keep a close eye on the date. It's something of a pawnbroker's obsession, you might say.
Oh yes, I can see you're very dedicated to your job.
What's this? To be honest.
Look at this. Whatever could it be used for?
I have no idea.
Sorry, I'm just trying to find the jurors from the previous.
There's a small catch just here. Look.
Look. Thank you, you're doing a great job. I don't think I need to worry about doing
We're
this
going to
anyway.
open it, aren't we?
Oh my, that's amazing! It has some sort of spring-loaded mechanism.
Which will never manage to put back to the way it was before.
Yeah. Checks out.
What are you two doing? What? Us? Nothing! No, nothing at all! Whatever this device is, it seems to have a pair of little windows to look through. I feel as though I've seen something rather similar to this elsewhere. Well, let's check out these clocks.
Look at this. What could this lovely, big, shiny box be?
I can't do that.
That, my dear madam, is a music box. Surely you have such things in your own country.
Oh my, yes, but I've certainly never seen one so large before.
Shall we listen a while?
Ah, what a sublime sound. It's like the music of angels.
I've never heard anything like this before in my life.
This particular specimen is of the larger variety, commonly found in public houses and restaurants.
Aha.
There's a metal disc inside on which the notes to be played are recorded. Sorry. I'm trying to find the picture of the juror.
Oh, shit, sorry.
That's why I'm scrolling.
Yeah.
You know that's why I'm not
Yeah, I know.
looking.
But,
You know that. Don't act surprised. Simply by replacing the disc with another, any music you care to imagine can be played.
Sorry.
My goodness. What a simply delightful machine.
Indeed. Though their popularity has waned recently with the development of the gramophone, of course.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't matter. It's irritating because earlier on I had to look away literally just as I got to that bit, and because the Twitch app on it doesn't have a skip 10 seconds ahead and behind, I have to drag the little bar.
Forgetting,
so I can't find it again, and I keep getting like, so I'm not gonna bother. It's kind of frustrating actually. So thanks for that.
Science and technology advance at such an overwhelming pace.
What? Only tuppence for it? That ain't fair, and you know it! The article is barely worth a penny, miss. I cannot offer more.
Sounds like there's an argument brewing over by the counter.
Come on, that can't be right. Have you even had a proper butcher's at it? I've seen all I need to see, young girl. Oh, that sounds like my could be what's-her-face. Yeah, it is. Well, different voice for her.
Wait, don't we know? I'm sure I recognise her. Yeah, I think it's hilarious that we both, like, we read the text like, wait a second.
Oh, yes. It's the young lady from Mr. McGilded's trial 2 months ago.
Yeah, like, I don't know. Like, I still feel like she got blackmailed, like, so massively by him.
Very,
like,
very weird about, like, what happened there.
Yeah.
Oh my god, we literally had a conversation yesterday where I was like, nah, he's dead. I never have to do his accent ever again. Huzzah! And here we are. Her name's Gina Lestrade, my lord. She's a chancer, earns her crust among large crowds, relieving people of their purses.
Good job.
Thanks. What's commonly called a pickpocket.
Sorry. That's her, isn't it?
That's what I thought, the maid.
Yeah. Looks like the maid.
Not the high society lady.
First case it was. The maid. Sorry,
Thank you. Sorry. Yeah, thanks for looking it up. I appreciate it.
Yeah, sorry for making you look that up and like,
That's cool. I just thought it looked, but I mean, at the same time, it could just be the same face.
Yeah, exactly.
We had that with that other juror in the trial who wasn't the banker, the hat guy.
Oh yeah,
and he was just
so
wearing a different outfit, but he looked like he had the same face.
Gordon Bennett, you lot.
Still love her outfit.
Yeah, I know, right?
Hello, Miss Lestrade. I hope you've been well. Eh? What? You remember me then, do ya?
Well, I remember being completely surrounded by smoke, that's for sure.
So, what are you doing in here? Down and out like the rest of us? Nothing to eat? Come to pop that black weasel, sorry, coat, have you?
I'm gonna say, pop the black weasel as a non-native speaker.
I assume...
Sounds like it should be something that's a euphemism.
It does sound like something it should be a euphemism, but I assume it's something about weasels and stoats. Weasels and stoats, coat.
Oh, yeah. It does, okay, yeah.
But it really does.
Pop the black weasel.
You'll get a GeForce Game Ready driver is available, did you know?
Yippee! What is it about this black uniform that makes everyone comment on it?
Ah, good day, unless I'm much mistaken. You would be the young pickpocket who stole our experimental smoke grenade launcher.
Ah, Mr. Sholmes!
So, you have something of value to pawn, do you? Allow me to see the article, and I shall negotiate with Mr. Windybank on your behalf.
Pull the other one. I don't need no help from some stuck-up D. Get out of my business. Go on, or I'll make trouble for you.
As you wish, Miss Lestrade. I will happily remove myself from your presence.
He's really done it. He's gone.
He's going off. I'm sorry, but as I said, there's really no room for negotiation here.
Alright, rest up, Ganondoodles. I hope you feel better.
Oh man, yeah, I hope you feel better. And you can always check up on via the Twitch logs, should you wish to. VoDs, that's the word I was looking for. I really hope you feel better soon.
Yeah. I hope if you do end up getting, feeling worse, that it's one of those ones where you feel really bad for like a day and then it just clears.
Mhm. Yeah. What's that thing he has in his hand? Some kind of metal disc.
And you, go on, leave me alone. Oh, Miss Lestrade, just pretend we aren't here. We shan't be offended in the slightest.
Thanks for coming, Ganondoodles. Really hope you feel better soon.
Yeah. Susanna's can really stand her ground when she wants to.
Whatever. I mean, I'm assuming it's a disc for the music machine.
I think so.
It looks like one of those music box disc thingy jobbies.
Well, let's ask about Miss Lestrade's disc.
Mr. Windybank, what exactly is this metal disc that Mr. Lestrade has brought in? It seems to have hundreds of tiny little bumps on its surface.
Ah, this is a music disc, you see, for use inside a music box.
In a music box?
What? You don't even know what a music box is? You Eastern lot ain't too savvy, eh?
I know what a music box is. I've just never seen one of these discs before.
The small protrusions on the metal disc encode the tune to be played by the music box. You simply insert the disc and set the machine going and beautiful music plays.
It's so incredible. Tell us, what tune is on this disc?
Well, I'm afraid I couldn't tell you that. There are so many different types of music box, you see. British made, German, Swiss. I have no way of knowing which particular machine this disc was made for.
Ah, I see.
And that's it in a nutshell. I wouldn't have any customers for an item like this, even if the young lady forfeited it. Really, I'm already offering more than I should at a penny.
That's a packet of lies! He told me he did! He said it was... well...
Is this McGillet's?
So I was gonna say, it sounds...
What if there's like information on it?
I was gonna say...
What if we recorded something on it?
If you're listening to this, I'm dead.
Yeah!
I've been burnt up in a hot bus accident.
Hot bus. He? Who?
Never you mind. It just ain't right, that's all. That disc's worth good money. I know it is.
Well then, you'll have to try your luck at another pawnbroker's, won't you?
Ugh.
Gina Lestrade.
She's been in before, of course, this little tatterdemalion.
I see.
And brought some dubious article or other with her every single time, I might add.
Dubious? What are you trying to say? I'm an honest customer, me.
So, is there something dubious about the discs you bought in today?
Well, if only it were that simple.
Sorry, what do you mean?
What she actually brought in was a storage ticket.
Ah, a storage ticket.
So, Miss Lestrade has actually come to redeem an article from you today. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. A girl like me has a lot of stuff what needs storing.
Alright, yes, that's definitely dubious.
The article in question would have been forfeited at midnight tonight. But as she gave me the ticket for it and repaid both the loan and the interest, I was obliged to return the article to her. But what was the article?
Do tell us, Mr. Windybank.
The little scamp is wearing it, ma'am. It's the overcoat that she redeemed.
Oh.
What? What's wrong with that? It fits, don't it? I mean, it's mine, so of course it does.
So, what about the disc then? How does that come into all this? Ah, the disc is something else. A new article to pawn if the girl and I can agree a price.
New article to pawn. I'm confused. I thought you said that Miss Lestrade bought a storage ticket today.
It's really quite simple. Yes, the child brought me a storage ticket and the money owed on it, as you say.
For this heavy black coat, which you returned to her care, as I understood it.
That's right, yes. And rather unsurprisingly, as soon as the little ragamuffin put the thing on, she went rifling through the pockets.
Oh, you mean...
What? Don't you know it's rude to stare at a lady? Oh, I see. So it came from the pocket of the overcoat, did it?
If you mean this disc, then yes, exactly, ma'am.
And she immediately tried to pawn it.
For quite a high price as well. This is all rather suspicious, I think.
Give it up. I'm just trying to pawn something like anyone else would. Miss Lestrade, may I ask who deposited the overcoat here in the first place?
Well, me.
It doesn't really appear to be your size.
Me old man! It's me old man's, ain't it?
Is it, Miss Lestrade?
Yes, this is definitely all rather suspicious.
Out of my way, please.
Oh, no, whoever this is...
I don't like him. Nope. Danger, Will Robinson.
Oh.
Ooh, no, frightening. Don't like that.
Who is this picture postcard English gentleman? Oh no, I don't...
Oh, I can barely look at him, such bad vibes. Good day to you, ladies, gentlemen.
What's your problem, eh?
So why is his eyes looking two different directions? They're so pale.
There is no problem as long as you remove yourself. I have a matter to discuss with the proprietor. And if you intend to make a problem of it, I shall see you outside, little girl, for the hiding you deserve. And we're beating children now. Off with his head.
Yeah.
Look, ain't it obvious? I ain't done talking with him yet. If you think you're such a gent, you should know how to wait in line.
Yeah, you tell him.
Yeah, you tell him. Nasty. Well, you are an impudent little brat, aren't you? As well as a pickpocket.
Who
you? How do you know who I am? The question is, how do you not know who I am? You haven't the courtesy even to remember the faces of your victims, it seems. What? You mean from you? Broker? Yes, sir? I believe this filthy pocket thief has just redeemed an article from you. No? Yes, the article in question belongs to me. I demand for it to be returned at once. Oh my. She did admit to it pretty quickly, which is, you know, not normally a good sound business strategy, but that's a lie. What are you trying to pull?
That dude would not wear this coat. There's no way in hell this man would wear that coat. I don't believe it.
Give me back my overcoat, you wastrel. And needless to say, any music box discs too. You can't have it. You just can't. It's me old man's. Or it was. Now it's mine. Goodness, Mr. Naruhodo. This is a very awkward situation.
Yes. I think perhaps you should hear both sides of the story in a little more detail. Can we examine some more? Oh, we can examine this horror. Oh, look at his boots.
Oh, he's horrid.
Oh, look at his little stance.
Oh, I hate him.
Oh.
Look at his stupid hat. I just want to flick it off his head.
Oh, we haven't recorded him yet. Okay. Well, let's examine him. I don't want to. Picture postcard gentleman. Excuse me, but who are you?
One would expect the inquirer to introduce himself first.
No, he hasn't exactly been forthright with his name. It's like, sussy man.
No, clearly you are not British, so perhaps our ways are foreign to you.
Okay, I also have to say, he is matching a checker pattern with stripes.
Well, technically, the checker... I mean... It's sort of an interrupted stripe rather than a checker pattern, yeah, though. Because the stripes and the checker and the... like a double stripe.
Like a...
Yeah, but like it's a double stripes.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway, it's... I mean, it's horrid.
I hate this.
Yeah.
Sorry, oh, sorry, yes, we're from the Empire of Japan. We're studying here.
Oh, yes, Japan. I've heard talk of the place.
Ah!
Okay, he's doing TikTok dances now. Its inhabitants live on some fiery brown-coloured soup dressed up with exotic spices.
Oh, you think he does ballet?
Very likely.
You might be thinking of somewhere else. And what was that theatrical gesticulation about?
Perhaps. Anyway, if you're a gentleman, sir...
It's like, are we talking about me?
Speaking of theatrical gestures, I'm wanting to know what happened to the other lodger in the place. You know, like we met him extremely briefly.
Oh my god, we did, didn't we? Yeah, he has a vertical striped waistcoat, horizontal stripes on his blazer, and checkers on his hat. Yes, horrific. I hate it.
Yeah.
It
but
makes
like
me aggressive.
The blazer and hat stripes kind of match.
Yeah.
Like, they are... it's like they're supposed... I think they're supposed to match
they have
up.
different thicknesses.
Yeah, they have slightly different thicknesses, but the colours match.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
So, like, I'm not saying that... I'm not defending him. Also, I hate the fact that his blazer has, like, edgings. The pocket edgings are also the same.
Yeah.
He's just... This man is offensive and I hate him.
Yeah.
Perhaps. Anyway, if you are a gentleman, sir, you offer your own name first, before inquiring after the name of another.
Of course, yes. I'm Ryunosuke Naruhodo. I'm a lawyer. Well, a student of law, really.
My name is Chisato Mikotoba. Mikotoba?
I don't know. It's been so long, I don't remember
I
how
am
to
Mr.
do...
Naruhodo's assistant.
It's the English accent slipping through. We're trying...
Yeah.
We're anglicising everything.
Yeah.
You see, so they understand us as foreigners.
Yes, it's true. I see. They've been here 2 months now, so they understand that they have to say things that the simple English can understand.
Yeah.
My name is Benedict. Yes. Eggert Benedict.
Oh, no! You know what? He does look like an Eggert Benedict.
He does. Enchanté.
This is a fake name even for Ace Attorney. Yeah, I think you're right, yeah. It's like,
oh no, freaking Eggs Benedict over here. Ugh.
He's so refined in how he holds himself and how he speaks, but that name is suspicious.
Sus detected. Now, to the matter at hand. Why did you... my overcoat. Return it at once. To someone with the style to carry it off. More like egomaniac. Oh my god. God, every move he makes. Every breath he takes. I can't stand watching him.
Yeah, Gina.
It's just too much. I can't take this anymore.
Oh, I wonder if our court record is updated with him.
This whole... Yeah.
Oh, here he is!
Oh.
A young English gentleman with an aloof and high-handed manner. He appeared at Windybank's pawnbrokery, accusing Gina of stealing his redemption ticket. Oh, he is... Oh, his hair is also striped!
Yeah.
Look at it!
I see it.
Oh! Oh, this character design makes me aggressive.
Yeah.
Oh! Oh, I like kudos to the person who designed him. Every single bit about him is just bad vibes.
Yeah. Danger.
Okay, well. Can I...
it was flashing up the stuff that we've already looked at,
Yeah.
which is weird.
I'm just gonna go here for a second. Look at Mr. Windybank, watching diligently over his shop. There are still so many things I'm curious about.
I don't believe this is a time for browsing, Mr. Naruhodo.
I see. We should probably see whether the argument's been resolved yet, I suppose.
Yeah, the credit to them, they do make characters you love to hate. It's true.
Like, legitimately.
Oh yeah, so now that
yeah, so now we have to go converse. The gentleman's accusation.
Miss Lestrade, is what the gentleman is saying... What?
Whoop!
Did
oh,
you?
Oh no! My game crashed.
Oh
boy.
No.
One moment.
Would you?
Would you?
Would you?
One moment. Just give me a second.
Are you looking at something? For something?
I'm trying to put this away so I don't blind everybody. Well, I think there we go. Let me reconnect this real fast. There we go. Ta-da! So he is. I have a 15 quid capture card.
Woohoo!
I gently nudged it. That's what happens.
Mm-hmm. Oops, Naruhodo passed out. Yes. At least it wasn't the chocobo wrap. Yeah, well, I can't do that. So there you go.
Yeah,
what do you think? Yeah. It's all lies, ain't it? Obviously. I swear on my life, I ain't never laid eyes on that dandy before. Let's hear it now, you little ragamuffin. You stole it, didn't you? That ticket you brought in here just now? No, I swear it. I swear to God. It was barely an hour ago. I was walking along the street, minding my own business, when this little gutterling ran into me. I knew at once what had happened.
You wouldn't wear that coat, mate. You're not fooling anyone.
No, right? I've been robbed yet again, I thought to myself. Those wretched pickpockets.
Well, be better then, you...
Is he related to Magnus, I wonder?
They didn't look anything alike.
I mean, they do, though.
Do they?
Kind of. Little bit.
Yeah.
Smidgling. No, fine.
Yet again.
Oh yes, as you can see, I am a man of impeccable style, which is why you wouldn't wear that bloody overcoat.
No.
This isn't the first time that I've been targeted by these back-slumped scoundrels.
I thought for a second it said scound muffins. I don't know why I've gone wrong.
Yes.
It's not us.
That's not our business.
No, that's not us.
Scound Muffin Studio. Now then, relinquish my overcoat. Come along now, Mr. Strahd. Give the good gentleman his coat back. If you're going to cause trouble, I shall have no choice but to call the police. Hold on. Why does everyone think it's me? Just look at this dandy cove, and you think I'm the dodgy one?
Quite.
Yeah, no. I'm sorry, but no one's going to believe you.
Okay, but also, he's the only person who seems to work in this shop.
Yeah.
So surely he would
You'd
remember
think that
this
he'd remember
dude.
this guy. Yeah, exactly.
And he said that she's been here before.
Yeah,
So with her, he wouldn't
He's
necessarily
not familiar
know.
with Mr. Eggermuffin, is he?
No. So, sus.
Yeah. Well, what about evidence? Yeah. Where's your evidence that I've stolen something, eh? Come on, let's see it. Oh, I have evidence, naturally. What?
Alright, show us the evidence then, eh? Evidence that the article Mr. Lestrade redeemed actually belongs to this gentleman.
Of course. We need only consult Mr. Windibank's ledger to know the truth.
Yeah!
We'll be able to look up the name of the person who deposited the article in the first place.
Yeah, he should have
Unless
checked
it's
it
been
anyway.
forged.
Yeah. Yes! Brilliant!
I'm very sorry, but I'm afraid that won't be possible. Oh! I never ask customers' names. That's a strict policy of mine.
That seems very stupid. But why not? If you're supposed to be a bank.
Well, now, as you can imagine, some of my customers have circumstances to consider. A great many of them prefer to maintain their anonymity. Yes, I see. But then, how can you know if an article belongs to the person asking to redeem it? Oh, it's quite simple. Good sir. Might I trouble you for the watchword associated with the article in question? Of course, it's Professor. Yes, that's right. And all the evidence we need. This gentleman is the rightful owner of the article, without doubt.
A watchword. Interesting. So, about these watchwords, Mr. Windibank.
As I just explained. I never ask customers' names when they deposit items with me. There are many reasons why. Certain customers would like to keep their activities secret.
That wasn't exactly a subtle glance at Mr. Sholmes now, was it?
Great detectives have no dark secrets. None at all.
Aha.
Yes, well, anyway, that's why I always ask for a watchword whenever I accept a new article. In many ways, it's like the secret combination of numbers used to unlock a vault. The data deposit, a description, and a watchword uniquely identify each item. And of course, then I give the storage ticket to the customer. When someone comes to redeem something, I ask for the ticket and the watchword.
And if that someone tells you the correct watchword, you return the article.
That's right, sir, yes. Just as soon as the requisite fee is paid. So that means
she
that she
knew.
also knew the watchword.
Seems so.
So what's your point? It's definitely going to be relevant soon in court, yeah. And I have supplied you with the information you require already. But for the avoidance of doubt, the article in question is an overcoat, deposited 2 months ago on the 15th of February. With the watchword of Professor. All perfectly correct information, sir. But, ow! Really, this is beyond a joke now. There's no further room for doubt. Ugh. Well, that doesn't go with what you're wearing at all now, does it?
No.
So, let that be an end to the matter. And thank you for your custom, Mr. Eggert Benedict, sir. With such reasonable rates of interest, I may even decide to come back. This is why I hate grown-ups. Just because I'm a diver, everyone thinks that makes me a liar. And the contents of the coat pockets, if you please, broker. But of course, sir, here is the disc for you.
No.
Just this one.
Oh!
Pardon, sir? I was expecting another. That is, I deposited another.
Uh-huh. Another disc.
Oh, oh dear. I regret to inform you, sir, that what was deposited with me was merely the overcoat. The disc happened to be in one of the pockets, but I was completely unaware of it until now. So, Gutterling, you're hiding more of what's rightfully mine, are you?
Hope you keep it going.
Says who, eh? I don't know nothing about it. Very well. Then I shall bid you farewell. Say goodbye to style. Well, I mean,
what?
You definitely have said goodbye to style. Your hat doesn't match your coat anymore. Wait a minute. That disc is mine.
Oh.
Oh, what do you think you're doing, you little tramp? You've drawn blood, you filthy animal. Oh my, yes. There's blood on the disc.
It's because of all those sharp little bumps. The man must have scratched his fingers on them.
He's wearing gloves, but okay.
Yeah.
I found it first, alright? I mean, it belonged to me old man. So you're not having it. Oi, you take it.
Me?
If I hang on to it, they'll have it off me again. So you keep hold of it.
Miss Lestrade, why is this disc so important to her? A metal disc used to play music in a mechanical music box. The piece of music, which remains unidentified, is stored on the disc by means of protrusions even.
Small protrusions.
Thank you.
You there, in the black livery. Hand that disc to me at once, please. No, don't. He's lying. Grown-ups are all liars.
What do I do now? How am I going to resolve this?
Well, first I'm going to feed my Tamagotchi. That's how we'll resolve it.
Look at this man. Look,
yeah,
this goes against his style.
Yeah, like as if that's his coat.
Let's first talk to Gina.
I assume we resolve it with Sholmes. We may or may not. Yes, I hope so. That would be fun.
Wow, Miss Lestrade is really looking daggers at that mysterious gentleman. We need to do something to calm things down before she loses control and attacks him again while he deserves it.
He does.
I don't want to talk to him. Mr. Windybank is clearly at a loss here. We have to do something about this before he reaches for that revolver of his. That's stressful, Kate.
Yeah.
I don't like a gun!
Ugh.
Look at those piercing eyes. He's clearly in no mood to talk.
Do you think he's supposed to look like somebody?
I don't know. We have to do something quickly before this mysterious gentleman leaves to fetch the police or something. Alright, Sholmes, what are you doing?
Oh, he's looking at that nice little naked lady picture. Not that she's naked, but...
Mr. Sholmes, what are you examining with such keen interest there? As you enjoy a bar of caramel, I see.
So, you've found me at last, Mr. Naruhodo.
Sorry?
After that young pickpocket sent me on my way, I was forced to lurk in the shadows. cruelly ostracized as the rest of you partook in the jovial atmosphere of fellowship. I had nothing to occupy my mind, but was too ashamed to let society see what my downfall had done to me. So feigning mock interest, I pretended to examine the tedious trinkets in this desolate place. Whilst, as you shrewdly observed, gnawing on the only friend I have left, this 7% solution of caramel.
This is unfortunately very relatable.
Pray, do you claim to understand the depths of my despair, Mr. Naruhodo? But how could you? I was so lonely, so desperately lonely.
Then why on earth didn't you rejoin the conversation? Things have gone from bad to worse here, you know.
Yes, I overheard much of your conversation. Or rather, in my craving for human contact, my ears devoured every word that was uttered.
You really were sad, weren't you?
He's too relatable, I can't cope. Poor Mr. Sholmes, I feel simply awful for you. It would seem that my inferences are correct.
Oh, surely you're not about to tell us that you've solved the entire case once again?
My dear madam, sometimes I wonder, were my genius for deduction to be commoditized, how much could I pawn it for?
It seems Mr. Sholmes has had another of his flashes of inspiration. Oh no, he's gonna have the most horrific suggestions. But who knows if it will help to resolve the situation between Miss Lestrade and the mysterious gentleman. What's the right thing to do here? Oh no, we are going to listen to this deduction.
Boy.
Oh, I am so ready for this horrific deduction.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Miss Lestrade, it would appear you find yourself in something of a predicament. Where the blue blazes have you been, eh?
Pardon?
When a lady's in trouble, a true gent's supposed to be there to help. Straight away, not an hour later.
Harsh.
And who, pray tell, are you? Mr. Eggert Benedict, you have, in my eyes, a veritably encyclopedic array of curiosities about your person. Nevertheless, there are two immovable conclusions I have drawn. I beg your pardon? The first is this.
The true reason for your visit to this pawnbrokery today is something you have not yet revealed.
And the second is this.
A considerable crime is in contemplation, one you will orchestrate with intent to steal a vast sum of money.
Well, Mr. Benedict, what say you to my deductions?
How? He's turned as white as a hard-boiled egg.
It would seem that once again, Mr. Sholmes has made a flawless deduction.
Yeah, again.
Just who do you think you are, sir? Ah, yes, as I hoped.
That is precisely the pained expression I was looking for.
So, shall we begin?
Oh.
The time has come for yet another Herlock Sholmes's Logic and Reasoning Spectacular.
Let's go.
Let's go. The Great Deduction.
The game is afoot.
Topic 1. Mystery Man's aim. First of all, we must ask ourselves on what business you ventured to this pawnbrokery today. I keep saying pawnbrokery. Please. Please help. You claim to have followed this pickpocket here, having had the redemption ticket stolen from you on the street.
But that is most certainly a lie. The real truth is something quite different. As revealed by that which you held in your hand. Yes, what brought you to this shop in the first place is the staff recruitment flyer.
What?
Oh yes, a purveyor of fish. Yeah. Shrimps is bugs. The piece of paper in your hand is a staff wanted advertisement from this very shop. Yet even the most unobservant would soon realize that a man of your appearance has no need of such employ. In other words, there is some ulterior motive for your actions.
Wait, this is AG.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's...
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that doesn't match your name, so...
No.
That's sus.
Sus. The cane, which you unwittingly clutched to your person, exhibits an incontrovertible contradiction. What utter rot! I've had this cane for years! The contradiction of which I speak is, of course, the missing ferrule.
Okay, well, he just... Yeah, I see what we do.
Yeah, I see. The end of any walking cane would be terminated with a metal ferrule to protect the wooden tip, or rubber these days, of course.
Yeah.
And yet, detailed analysis shows the wooden tip of this stick to be utterly bare. Therefore, there is only one conclusion. The rod that you held in your hand, which appears to be a walking cane, is in fact no cane at all.
What?
You recoil, sir. Is something wrong? And in your recoiling, you inadvertently facilitate the answer of the next conundrum to present itself. Namely, what is the truth behind this rod you bear? Yes, your reaction betrays the truth. The handle, which you evidently would like to conceal, is the key to understanding this riddle, you see. From the moment I saw it, my suspicions were aroused. What walking cane demands such a stout handle, mused I. But of course, as I said, this is no walking cane. No, that rod is the broken handle of a shovel. What? Are you insane? And now, having determined this undeniable truth, the conclusion is clear. Your true motive for coming here was to take employment at this establishment in order to excavate the ground beneath the premises. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yep. What a calculated crime you've conceived, sir. A wickedly calculated crime. Conclusion. To tunnel underneath the pawnbrokery. Topic 2. Great crime. Now, Mr. Benedict, let us continue. For we must expose the details of this elaborate crime you have in the planning. This is utterly absurd.
I mean, yes.
You suggest that I, a gentleman, intend to excavate the ground beneath this pawnbrokery with a broken shovel? What on earth do you propose I could expect to find there? TikTok, apparently. Some long-forgotten treasure, I suppose. Save for such a fanciful theory, what possible reason could I have to do as you say? Oh, but there is ample reason. As you are only too well aware, Mr. Benedict. Ah, and your furtive glance is more telling than I could have hoped. What? Let us consider what would motivate a man to infiltrate a shop such as this and covertly dig beneath its floor.
The answer is revealed by the council notice on the counter, to which your eyes were inadvertently drawn. This letter gives notice of public works to be carried out in the local area. And according to the enclosed plan of the upcoming sewerage works, beneath this shop runs a sewer that adjoins another, one that runs under the bank on the opposite side of the road. Yeah, see, now, that was... Remember the other day when I said that the Garadebs was the story with the guy who did the stupid... Who was given the stupid task. I looked it up, I was wrong. The 3 Garadebs is a story about a man who pretended to be a lawyer, solicitor, I think, looking for men with the name Garadeb. For some reason or other, I forget now, but it was a big inheritance scam ploy in the end.
Maybe this is a Garadeb.
Maybe. But actually, no, it was the Red-Headed League, I believe, where the guy was hired to rewrite, I think, like the Encyclopedia Britannica or the dictionary or something like that. And while he was out of his house, they tunneled from his house to the bank. Like, underneath the floorboards or whatever. So that I actually got it mixed up. But yeah, the Garadebs weren't involved with that one. That was the different one. Yeah. So there was a Sherlock Holmes case with somebody tunneling into a bank. But yeah, I got it wrong. It wasn't a Garadeb related one. But yeah, Garadebs are still a Anyway. Yes. Banks! This madness has entered the sewers now, has it? By excavating the ground beneath our feet, you would gain access to the waterway that flows in very close proximity to the great vault of the financial institution opposite. What are you... In summary, sir, you devised a master plan to pull off an elaborate bank robbery by dint of the underground tunnels. But master plan? Which brings us at last to the final chapter of this lurid scheme. A sewer-driven bank heist sounds like a possible kobold plot. Yeah, I mean, I agree.
Yeah.
Socket can do it. You wouldn't catch me in the sewers.
No, you can stand guard outside. I'll go in the sewers. It's okay.
Yeah, definitely. Put the person with the greatest attention span outside to keep guard. With what plunder did the thief hope to make off from the underground vault of the bank? Are you quite serious? Having consulted with Scotland Yard some days ago, I happen to know the answer. But naturally, the answer is no secret to you, is it, Mr. Benedict? I have no idea what you're talking about. Allow me to present a rather interesting piece of evidence. You see, this picture postcard tells us all we need to know.
Are we going back to the Crystal Tower?
To the Crystal Tower, yeah, apparently. It's time to fight Cerberus again. A postcard of the Great Exhibition. A postcard of the Great Exhibition. I'm afraid you've quite lost me. Currently, in the final stages of preparation, the Great Exhibition will soon be underway. And the government has provided extra funds to complete its centerpiece, the Crystal Tower. Funds that currently sit in the vault of the bank on the other side of this road. Pardon? Yes, the considerable crime you have been contemplating is the theft of that which sits in the vault of that bank, the special reserve funds for the Great Exhibition.
This is quite wild.
Of course, that is top secret police information, so keep it under your hat, please. Well done, Sholmes. Conclusion. To steal the Great Exhibition's reserve funds.
Yeah.
Thus concludes Herlock Sholmes's great deduction of this pawnbroking puzzle.
Mr. Sholmes.
Well, Mr. Naruhodo, an impressively upbeat deduction for a detective racked with loneliness. Would you not agree?
Was it true what you said about the bank over the road and what it has in its fold?
Indeed. Though few know of its existence, it is one of the government's most closely guarded secrets. Gregson told me in the strictest confidence. Well done, Sholmes. But he just announced it to everyone here. Rather loudly, in fact. Ah.
And if it's such a big secret, how would Mr. Benedict have come to find out about it?
There can be but one explanation for that. Clearly it is because the man is a criminal! But what if he didn't know anything about the money in the vault? If he is a criminal, as you said, then buying a brand new shovel is sure to be the first thing he does now that you've revealed the secret. Oh.
Or if he doesn't, maybe Mr. Windybanks will, or... Oh, sorry, he already has plenty of shovels here, after all.
Oh my life, I assure you I'm not so unscrupulous! Well, hopefully this has taught you a valuable lesson. Sensitive information must be handled with the utmost of care.
Sholmes, please.
One can never be sure that someone privy to secrets won't disclose them, and once the word is out, it's out.
Perhaps I'll think twice before confiding in you next time, Mr. Sholmes.
An excellent idea, Mr. Naruhodo. An excellent idea! Gina, like, well, now there's something I can finally agree with you on. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, everyone's in... to be fair, I think everyone's in accordance with the fact that he's not... He's sussy.
Yeah.
Probably a criminal? Maybe?
Yeah.
I don't know. His banging suit is criminal, that's for sure.
Yeah. Alright.
Well then, Mr. Naruhodo, you know what to do, I'm sure.
Yes. Let's listen to that great deduction again and see if we can massage it into shape.
Sexy. Very well then, let us start once more from the beginning. Of Herlock Sholmes' magnificent logic and reasoning spectacular. Course correction. Hold it, Mr. Sholmes. Topic 1. Mystery Man's aim. First of all, we must ask ourselves on what business you ventured to this pawnbrokery today.
Actually, what do we have currently on file?
Disky whiskey.
Ah.
With bloody waddy.
Yeah.
Assuming it's blood.
I think, yeah.
Might be ketchup. You claim to have followed this pickpocket here, having had the redemption ticket stolen from you on the street. But that is most certainly a lie. The real truth is something quite different. As revealed by that which you hold in your hand. Yes, what brought you to this shop in the first place is the staff recruitment flyer.
So, by Mr. Sholmes' reasoning, Mr. Benedict came here in order to apply for a job so he could dig down through the floor.
Yes, in an attempt to tunnel into the sewers to gain access to the money in the vault of the bank across the road. But he wouldn't get very far with a broken shovel, would he?
No, I think it's fair to say that his motives lie elsewhere. The question is, where? What did bring Mr. Benedict here at this particular point in time? We're gonna investigate, aren't we? Oh ho ho ho!
Spins that man.
Oh wait, is that? Oh, look, it's
Oh.
Gina.
It is, isn't it? Oh, look at all the scribbled notes on the back of the flyer here.
I don't believe it.
What is it?
Listen to what it says. Name, Gina Lestrade. Height, 5'2". Green cap, scruffy waistcoat, grubby white shirt, blue satchel. Ragged. It is a detailed description of Miss Lestrade.
Goodness!
There's even a sketch of her, hat and all. Although, if he showed it to her, she'd fire that smoke grenade launcher in his face for sure.
And look, the details of this shop have been written down here too. Winterbank's Pawnbrokery, Baker Street. Redemption deadline 15th of April.
Which is today's date. Why would Mr. Benedict have all that information scrawled on the back of that piece of paper? Aha, info about Miss Lachaux.
So can we examine the cane thing?
Yeah, I also want to check that. That's a proper English gentleman's cane, isn't it? Look at the beautifully polished brass on the handle.
Yes, but Mr. Sholmes is right. It's not the sort of handle you usually see on a cane.
Perhaps it's the latest London fashion? I mean, that's just guesswork, of course.
Perhaps you could adopt a cane, Mr. Naruhodo. It might rather suit you.
I have a feeling I might... I have a feeling it might argue with the sword around my waist. Yes. Stylish hat. It's not stylish at all.
No, it's not.
That silk top hat is whiter than white. Only an English gentleman could hope to carry off something so bright.
Does it look so incongruous with the black overcoat, don't you think?
Yeah, it looks hideous, man. Perhaps it's the latest London fashion. I mean, that's just guesswork, of course.
How about it, Mr. Naruhodo? I think you'd look very fetching in a white top hat.
Well, you know, I think it might look rather incongruous with my black university uniform, so... Okay, so we're having a fashion crisis here.
Yes.
Yes, true reason is basically the note, which I will...
thingy, yeah.
Info about Miss Lestrade. Yeah, can I actually present it?
Yes. Yes, what brought you to the shop is the info about Miss Lestrade. Sorry, it said it. But you can say it again.
No.
Okay. Quite so, my dear fellow. It would appear that the writing and sketch on the reverse of the flyer pertain to the pickpocket, Miss Lestrade, and to Mr. Windibank's pawnbrokery here. Oh. Oh. Eh?
You originally told us that you had merely given chase after Miss Lestrade stole the redemption ticket from you.
But that, sir, is a thinly veiled lie.
It is the information on the back of the flyer that led you here today. By which I mean, here to win the bank's pawnbrokery, and today the redemption deadline of that overcoat.
So you waited outside for the young girl matching the description you have written down to arrive. And you have gone to some lengths to hide the reason for your pursuit of Miss Lestrade. In other words, there is some ulterior motive for your actions. The cane, which you unwittingly clutched to your person, exhibits an incontrovertible contradiction. What utter rot. I've had this cane for years. The contradiction of which I speak is, of course, the missing ferrule.
Yeah, no. What's a ferrule?
It's the metal cap commonly found on the end of a cane, Mr. Naruhodo.
Ah, the bit that makes a nice clacking sound on the pavement.
Yes, exactly. And Mr. Sholmes is right. It appears to be missing on this cane.
But it doesn't actually look broken, does it?
No, it doesn't. Though the gentleman certainly did recoil when Mr. Sholmes identified the cane as suspicious.
In other words, there's some secret about the cane that Mr. Benedict would rather we don't know. Okay, my good man, what can we talk about? Yeah. Look here, Mrs. Arto. There are some letters on the handle.
Ah, yes. Those must be initials, I think. In the West, it's customary for people to engrave their belongings with the first letters of their names.
So Sherlock Holmes would be HS, you mean?
That's right. And the initials on this cane, obviously... Oh.
A.G. Why does it feel as though that's not quite right? Oh, sorry. So we have the initialing here. Is that what we have to present? It seems a bit...
Yeah, because it's
yeah,
the, it's
so,
the,
right?
it's
like,
the
yeah,
weird
it's the,
incongruity,
yeah.
the contradiction.
Yeah, this is making sure I wasn't missing anything, yeah. I still see my dude. The contradiction of which I speak is, of course, the initialing.
A most astute observation, wouldn't you say, Mr. Eggert Benedict? We are led to believe, sir, that your initials are E.B. Yet in a most possessive manner you have in your grasp a cane bearing the initials A.G. An incontrovertible contradiction indeed. Would you not agree? No, you're wrong. This cane isn't...
You said before that you'd had this cane for years. So don't try to tell us that you just borrowed it from a friend or found it in the park.
In short, though you hold yourself to be a gentleman, you have withheld your true name.
What was that crunching noise? He just tore the coat, didn't he?
Oh, I guess maybe, yeah. You recoil, sir. Is something wrong? And in your recoiling, you inadvertently facilitate the answer of the next conundrum to present itself. Namely, what is the truth behind this rod you bear? Yes, your reaction betrays the truth. The handle, which you evidently would like to conceal, is the key to understanding this riddle, you see.
Let's consider the bare bones of what's happened here. Miss Lestrade redeemed that fine-looking overcoat. And now a mysterious man has appeared, introducing himself with a fake name. And claiming that the overcoat belongs to him.
But we know that he actually identified Miss Lestrade from a written description, which suggests that everything else he's told us is untrue.
So what we need to do here is somehow prove that the overcoat cannot possibly belong to him.
I'm assuming that when you rip him...
Yeah, there we go. Big go.
Oh, the seam on the shoulder there is coming apart. Look!
So it is.
Do you know, a moment ago when Mr. Benedict was surprised by something that was said, I thought I heard him make a rather strange noise. It sounded a bit like a tiny growl. But now I think it was probably the sound of this seam ripping open.
If you look closely, it does seem to be a very tight fit. The sleeves are stretched to bursting, and he wouldn't have a hope of fastening it at the front. If you were to run around in it, I'm sure the whole thing would fall apart.
That I'd like to see.
Sorry?
So, how can we make Mr. Benedict run around?
She's really giving this some thought. But I also kind of want to check out the handle just because I'm curious. It is a rather strange handle for sure.
Yes, certainly unusual for a gentleman's cane. You expect to see such a cane being twirled charmingly by its owner as he skips merrily down the street.
You do?
Something has just occurred to me. We have a shovel back in our office, don't we?
Yes, you're right. And its handle is exactly the same shape as this cane's. Here we go. Now I'm starting to wonder if it's not actually a cane at all, but a spade.
Mr. Sholmes' deductions are curiously compelling, aren't they?
Anyway, I will present the seam.
The split seam. Seamus splitters.
Come on, just come on, game. There we go.
Take that!
The split seam, which you evidently would like to conceal, is the key to understanding the riddle, you see.
Ah! Yes, because the overcoat is rather obviously a poor fit.
Having forced it over your broad shoulders, the seam is already breaking apart.
My suspicions were aroused from the outset. When you so boldly lied about your name and so boldly waylaid this pickpocket. Ugh! This catalogue of untruths has all been for one very specific purpose. To steal the article that the young girl redeemed from Mr. Windibank. But what really irks me is this.
The considerable crime I initially imagined has been considerably curtailed. Conclusion. To abscond with a redeemed item.
Okay. Let's go. Party.
Now, Mr. Benedict, let us continue. For we must expose the details of this elaborate crime you have in the planning. This is utterly absurd. You suggest that I, a gentleman, designed a wheeze to filch some tawdry article of pawnage. Have you forgotten that I redeemed the article in the proper manner using the watchword? Had I not been the one to deposit it in the first place, how could I possibly have known the relevant details, nicht pas? Oh, but the watchword can be discovered. As you are only too well aware, Mr. Benedict. Ah, and your furtive glance is more telling than I could have hoped. What? Let us consider how one might come to learn a secret watchword relating to the pawned property of another. The method is revealed by the council notice on the counter, to which your eyes were inadvertently drawn. The direction of the deduction must change rather dramatically now, I think.
Yes, no more talk of tunneling into sewers. Which is a pity, because it all sounded rather exciting. Anyway, you can't deny that this mysterious gentleman did know the password.
Yes, Professor. If you didn't know that word, Mr. Windybank would never allow you to redeem the article.
Or, looking at it another way, if you did know the word, Mr. Windybank would allow you to redeem the article whether it was yours or not. So the question is, could this gentleman have found the watchword out somehow? I mean, it's probably written down somewhere.
What about those photographs that Sholmes has been taking very clearly, where you can see every little tiny bit of the counter?
Oh yeah, let's see. What's this? Look at this, Mr. Lato.
Ah, it appears to be a memo that Mr. Windybank has scribbled to himself.
Let's see. What does it say? Oh!
Ah, okay.
Or not.
Professor.
Mr. Windybank must make a note of the watchwords his customers give him right before their eyes. And in alarmingly clear script as well.
Oh dear. I don't know where to look. Who knows what other secrets I might see.
I do want to know what this is though.
Baker Street Works is the title.
Yeah. Yes, and it does mention sewage works, as Mr. Sholmes said. Oh! And it specifically mentions that tonight's sale at the confectionery shop on the corner won't be affected.
Case solving first, confectionery later, Mr. Naruhodo.
Ugh! There's my only expressive face.
Overly.
My only.
This is the only face I've got. You can also interact with a revolver.
Yeah.
Is
that a cat photo?
It's a cat photo.
It's a fucking cat photo. I want to look at the cat photo.
I know, right? Can't look at the dog photo, can't look at the fat cat photo. What's the point? Oh, you can also interact with the old lamp.
This looks to be quite an old lamp.
But it's obviously been well looked after. And there's oil in it too.
In other words, it's still in use.
Yes, it would appear so. And as for how it could be related to Mr. Benedict knowing the watchword for the pawned article, I have no idea.
That makes two of us. Beautiful. What's the other thing that we said?
The revolver.
Oh yeah. Which is
behind the
right
lamp.
There, yeah. Old lamp. There we go. This is Mr. Windybank's gun.
Yes, loaded with only one bullet, he said. It would appear that being a pawnbroker is a very life or death profession.
That might just be this particular establishment. Yeah.
Okay, so it's the notebook.
Yeah, we're gonna present this one. It's terrible GDPR compliant.
Yeah, right.
The method is revealed by the notelet on the counter, which your eyes were inadvertently drawn.
Yes, the broker here follows the same procedure whenever a customer comes to redeem an article. He asks the customer for the watchword and notes down the response uttered on a notelet he has to hand. And then he consults his ledger and confirms whether or not the watchword matches that of the article in question. I would expect nothing less of a diligent pawnbroker.
But his diligence clearly has its disadvantages.
What are you talking about? It is increasingly apparent that you were present in this shop before your accusation against Miss Lestrade.
In all likelihood, you followed her inside and then observed her talking to Mr. Winterbank.
When the diligent broker made note of the watchword, as is his common practice,
you observed him writing the word professor on the notelet besides the ledger.
And that, sir, was the master plan you devised to steal the pawned article from the young Miss Lestrade. Master plan? Which brings us at last to the final chapter of this lurid scheme. Why would you go to such lengths to redeem that particular article from this pawnbroker? Are you quite serious? For an ill-fitting overcoat hardly seems to justify the effort, much less a worthless music box disc. But naturally, you had very good reason to make them yours, didn't you, Mr. Benedict? I have no idea what you're talking about. Allow me to present a rather interesting piece of evidence. You see, this picture postcard tells us all we need to know.
The articles we are talking about are the overcoat and the music box disc that was in one of the pockets.
Which, according to Mr. Winterbank, isn't even worth a penny.
And yet, this man went through such lengths to steal them. Why?
I wonder if perhaps we already have the evidence we need to explain it, Mr. Naruhodo.
Could we? Really? I'd better have a thorough look through all the evidence we've collected so far.
I mean, it's got to be that, but... Oh.
Former
Gilded! It says Former Gilded on the back!
Woohoo! Yeah.
Oh, there's a little scrap of paper stuck onto the reverse side of the disc. Look.
Okay, so how did the broker not look at this? Did he just go like, no?
Well, he didn't know it was in the pocket.
No, true, but you tried to pawn it.
Yeah.
No, I mean pawn it, yeah.
But he just looked at the disc and said,
nah.
We don't even know what to play it on.
Yeah.
And a scribbled word or two. It looks like somebody's name. For McGilded.
McGilded? It couldn't be.
But it is, Mr. Naruhodo.
Perhaps we'll finally know what happened to Hot Bus.
Yeah. Hot Bus, my beloved. A name I shall never forget for as long as I live.
But why? Why is his name on this? We've updated it. On the reverse side is a note that reads for McGilded. Oops, no! I know I didn't need to click on this. Oh my god, no! No!
It's not even the man whose innocence you secured in the trial 2 months ago, Mr. Naruhodo.
Yes, a trial I'll never forget. Not least because of the tragic accident that followed it in which McGilded was killed. Sorry, yeah.
Hot Bus, Hot Bus.
But why would his name be on the music box disc?
I'm afraid I have absolutely no idea. But one thing seems certain. This surely cannot be a simple coincidence.
No. Well, this is also a reason for why it's... Yeah, we know... Is that actually...
Is that blood, though?
Look at the little bumps on the disc. They're so tiny.
Yes, the protrusions are called pins, and they pluck the teeth of the comb to make notes.
I was looking at the blood.
And just on the edge, there's a small amount of blood.
Yes, the blood of the mysterious Mr. Edgar de Benedict.
When Miss Lestrade tried to grab the disc from him, the pins scratched his fingers, it seems. He's wearing gloves! Like when you're grating some daikon radish and accidentally catch your finger.
Ouch! Just thinking about it hurts. And puts me off eating radish. But like,
he's
he
wearing
hasn't.
gloves.
Yeah, it's weird.
Okay.
Anyway, we'll present this. Music box disc. You see, this music box disc tells us all we need to know.
What's that on the back? It reads, "For McGilded." Oh. Ah, Mr. Magnus McGilded. The unfortunate philanthropist who perished in curious circumstances at the Old Bailey 2 months ago. A prominent man in London, though his loan-mongering demonstrated a distinct lack of scruples. So, you're an associate of his, are you? Or perhaps a subordinate?
Mr. McGilded was a man of unusually small stature. In fact, he was precisely the right size for that overcoat that you've squeezed yourself into.
Oh. Your true identity remains shrouded in mystery, Mr. Eggert Benedict, but the final conclusion here is crystal clear. The reason
I'm sorry.
came here today, I assume,
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
was to retrieve an article left behind by the late Magnus McGilded. Thanks for joining in.
I'm sorry.
It was supposed to be a duo
I
reveal.
know. I forgot for a sec. I'm sorry.
Spoiling my fun.
You know, the dog distracted me.
Wow.
She was doing things, and I got distracted by her.
She does that. She's fine.
Yeah. Ah,
Arg.
I'm sorry. There goes my moment.
Mm-hmm. To acquire an item
Item
deposited by Mr.
McGilded. There we go.
It'll do.
Deduction complete.
Elementary! Well, well, Mr. Magnus McGilded.
You know what?
What?
What do you think? Would this be a good time to...
We'll see how it ends up. We'll probably have a pausey bit after this, surely.
Okay.
Won't we?
Yeah, no, yeah, I'm fine.
Not a name I expected to hear in these circumstances.
No.
Mr. Sholmes, I'm afraid there's something very troubling on my mind. Pray tell, Mrs. Otto. Well, according to what Mr. Windybank told us earlier, today was the final day on which the coat could have been redeemed, was it not? Yes, ma'am, that's correct. Today would be precisely 2 months since it was first deposited. Oh.
Oh, yeah. So you deposited on the day...
Just before... Yeah.
Ah. Well, today is the 15th April, so 2 months ago today...
Would have been 15th February, sir. That's right. It's all carefully recorded in my ledger.
So he uses months rather than weeks, which is kind of...
Yeah, well, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's easier. It means, but...
Yeah.
Also...
February. I mean, yeah.
Mm.
Deposited at 10:30 p.m, I see.
What? But that suggests...
Yes, 15th of February. Is precisely the day on which the omnibus murder took place. Oh, that's you. Sorry. Ooh, hot bus summer. I stole your line. And 10:30 in the evening is precisely the time at which the terrible events were unfolding.
Mm-hmm.
Suggestive is not the word. It would seem the matter is entirely beyond coincidence. You are, of course, at liberty to make whatever outlandish deductions you choose. However...
Ah!
Oh, I see. I must insist you hand over the music box disc now. It would be a terrible shame for you to return to your native land in a box.
What do I do? We're gonna have to hand over the disc, aren't we?
There's only one bullet in that revolver.
Is it the one he picked up, or is he having another one?
I don't see it on the desk anymore.
Oh yeah, let's risk it. See what happens.
I don't know. Yeah, if we get shot, we get shot, right?
There are some things a man must protect at all cost. This may as well be one of those things. Then again, it may not.
I don't know, okay.
Oh, Mr. Winterbank.
This is my shop. I can't allow any harm to come to my customers. If that were to happen, I should have to take my own life.
Mr. Winterbank, no!
Alright, that's enough. Alright, that's enough. Alright, that's enough!
Greg! Inspector Gregson.
Inspector? That's right, Sunshine. The alarm was raised on one of our dedicated emergency lines. So we got here as fast as we could. Now, what's all this about, eh? Oh, praise be. You're here at last. I was moments away from forfeiting my own life in my very own establishment. It would seem you have the upper hand. Right, you lot have got some explaining to do. I don't appreciate being bothered with some petty argy-bargy.
Petty? Argy-bargy? Argy-bargy? Argy-bargy?
Argy-bargy. I guess it's
I mean, it's argument, but is it argy?
I would guess
it's
I've
been
said
such
argy-bargy.
a long time since I've heard that word used in a sentence, or words, I guess. Like it's one of those things that I used to hear when I was a kid. You know, a lot more. Weird. You've used so if you've used argy-bargy, argy-bargy, how do you pronounce it? Arg like Argyle, or Arge like Arg-Joss? No. Argy-bargy?
Argy-bargy.
Yeah.
I like argy-bargy.
Like, argy-bargy was kind of how I naturally thought, but then I wasn't 100%.
Yeah.
Mr. Winterbank very nearly met with his end. Yeah, by his own gun, as far as I can tell. Oh dear. And the whole of Britain could meet with its end if I don't get to the bottom of the case I'm supposed to be working on.
What? What on earth is this case, Inspector?
Spare no detail, Gregson. I might have said a little too much. No matter, it's nothing to do with you lot. Anyway, sir, you're going to have to come with me down to the station. But of course, Inspector. Ah! He's getting away. Get after him, lads. Whistle the beat officer too.
Sir.
Sir. Astounding police work, Gregs.
Yeah.
There's been a spate of thefts at pawn shops around here recently. So we fitted emergency buttons underneath the counters for brokers to let us know when there's trouble. Oh, Inspector, I was very worried there for a while. Very worried indeed. Now then, Mr. Permanently in mourning.
Oh, yes.
I'll be taking that, whatever it is, off McGilded's down to the yard. Thank you very much. So hand it over.
Oh, yes. Of course.
No, don't give it to him. It's mine, that is. Mine. I'm sorry, miss. But anything belonging to McGilded has to be taken in as evidence now.
As evidence?
If the police demand something as evidence, my dear fellow, we have no choice but to capitulate. It's all yours, Inspector. Oh.
And so we handed Mr. McGild's disc over to Inspector Gregson, and were summarily turfed out of the shop and onto the street. To be continued.
See,
yeah,
I figured that would...
no, you're right.
They usually have a to be continued after the
After
deduction section. So I thought that would be...
No, you were right. It's a good place.
And we can pick that up tomorrow, hopefully.
Yeah. So our plan is to return tomorrow.
Yes.
To continue.
Yeah.
With this ridiculous case so far.
It is pretty ridiculous.
I'm quite excited. We might get more into like the weird McGilded thing.
Yeah, no, same. I really want to find out what happened in Hot Bus Summer.
Hot Bus Summer.
Hot Hot Bus Summer 2024. Ah, bus!
So yeah, thank you for joining us all. As Pocket reads things.
Yes. There will always be Hot Bus Summer in our hearts.
Felt like not much happened this one, but
do you think
a lot happened?
Quite a lot did actually happen.
Yeah. Do you have anything to share?
I do not. Does it look like there's anything going on in this head?
No. Well, on that note, would you like to do the outro?
Yes. Thank you for coming to our stream. Don't forget, keep the bus, which isn't a cart, in your heart. Yeah. Always follow the Kobold motto: live, laugh, objection. And until next time, hope you'll be well. Good night.
Good night.